before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Hey, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up. Level up.
All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
Welcome to the ESL Mobile Challenge, presenting to you Brawl Stars Season 1 for the Asia Pacific 2021 Challenger. Today is day 6 of the group stages. 8 teams have made it here, but only 4 will make it to the Challenger finals to determine our champions for Season 1. My name is Mustachio AJ, and my co-caster for the day, the one and only Adrian Hendricks, aka Uwu the Magical.
Wow, thanks for the introduction. I was just doing some calculations on the standings itself, doing some a bit of pre-prediction. Looks like Jupiter is gonna be safe. Either they drop the game today or they drop the game tomorrow. It's for the next 2 days. It's still fine for them. But for Pyro, Flash, and Waffle Monster, they are in a very sticky situation, a very pickle situation actually, because it's gonna be really hard. But I guess let's take a look at the format for the whole tournament first.
This is the ESL Mobile Challenge. Over the last few months, players have been competing in 2 stages of open play, climbing the ladders each month for their chance to make it to the play-ins. In the play-ins, these top teams fought it out, and the best have made it here, to the ESL Mobile Challenge. Here, they will compete against each other each week, testing their skills, their communication, and their teamwork, all to determine who deserves to advance to the finals. It is at these finals where we will crown one team the best in their region and the ESL Mobile Challenge champions.
And that's exactly how you can be a part of the challenges. If you guys want to be a champion, just like one of them about to be, you guys need to go through the ESL Mobile Open. And the ESL Mobile Open is for everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you're underage, if you're 15, if you're 16 and below, then don't worry. You can follow us along. Just check out all of the competition. And when your time comes, you can step in and take over, well, not only Brawl Stars, but all of the other titles that we carry under the ESL Mobile Open as well. Now, Uwu, today is gonna be a day that is filled with crazy fights, just because of the fact that you pointed out earlier already, right? One team has been able to secure their spot at the Challenger Finals, but there are some teams who are still at risk. Who are these teams, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Let's take a quick look at the 8 qualified teams in here first.
Ooh, a quick refresher for everyone to know that the top 8 that qualified to the Challenger is definitely going to be Waffle Monster from Singapore, Pyro, and Team Flash. All these 3 teams hailing from the country of Singapore. Meanwhile, we do have Sunny Side Up and Last Wolf from Indonesia. And the last 3 teams, we do have Crazy Lagoon, Jupiter, and Trooper Suprema from Japan.
Yeah, man. And here you guys are gonna be able to see all of these matches fought in a best out of 5 sets, and each and every single set will be a best out of 3 rounds. So let's see exactly who will be able to fight it all the way through. Are we going to be able to see, quick and easy series in here with 3-0 victories, or will we see some of those 3-2, getting pushed all the way up to set number 5? The standings, Uwu, will be able to paint a little bit more of that picture that you were already walking us through. So how about you bring us through as to which teams are at risk here, my friend?
Yeah, looking at the standings, definitely Jupiter sitting on top with 15 points. They are clear of any danger. They pretty solidify and secure themselves a slot into the final. Meanwhile, Trooper Suprema, today is the day that they need to bring it to an end, and they can just get themselves another slot into the final. But the mid card, we do see Pyro, Team Flash, and Waffle Monster. They all tied up in the mid seat with 9 points each. Pyro, they need to do the unthinkable. They have to go up against Jupiter today. But look at Team Flash and Waffle Monster. They are not going to go in easily. They will be facing some tough competition as well. For the side of the 6 and 7, Crazy Lagoon will tie things up with Sunnyside up with 3 points each. And sitting at the bottom will be Last Wolf. We did see a last hurrah from the side of Last Wolf. They did put up a fight, but it was a bit hard going up against the Singapore team of Waffle Monster. So definitely would love to see how things will play out, especially today. This is going to be do or die moment for some of the team to get themselves into the top 4.
Oh, absolutely, man. Now, Uwu, just like you've mentioned already, Waffles Monster, Team Flash, as well as Byro, they're not in the clear just yet. Crazy Lagoon as well as Sunnyside up. It may look like their dream is all over, but we still do have 2 seasons for them to go through. And that means that if they are able to win the balance of those 2 series, and by some miracle hope for either Byro, Team Flash, or Waffles Monster to lose all of their remaining series, we might end up in a tie situation there, and a tiebreaker might be called, and Crazy Lagoon as well as Sunnyside up might get lucky at that point. But of course, to get there, we need to meet those conditions first. Crazy Lagoon, Sunnyside up need to win everything. The teams with the 9 points need to drop every single point that they might be able to pick up here. Very, very hopeful. very hopeful situations, isn't it?
Definitely, it's a very, very peculiar situation for all 5 teams that are stuck in the middle. It will be a bit hard, but it all depends on the mode rotation. Let's take a look at what mode we have. We do have Brawl Ball, Bounty, Jam Grab, Siege, Heist, and Hot Zone. Only 5 of these modes will be played today. One of it will be on rotation. But let's take a look. What are they playing? What modes and what map it will be?
Ooh, it is going to be Heist at the Kaboom Canyon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And then we're going to be jumping into Brawl Ball at the Backyard Bowl, dropping into Gem Grab for our 3rd game at the Ice Fort. And if at all game number 4 is called in, that is going to be Bounty at Purple Paradise. And of course, if we get pushed into game number 5, we are going to be fighting it out, Siege at Nuts and Bolts.
Ooh, today maps pool and maps rotation, it is going to be an awkward one for all the teams. But let's take a look at the matchup. Then I'll talk a bit on how they might want to approach this. First off, you will be seeing Jupiter going up against Pyro. Can Pyro defy the odds and get a win and finally break the curse of Jupiter? After that, we do have Last Wolf going up against Crazy Lagoon. Can Crazy Lagoon pick up the win? As you said, they need to pick up 2 wins in these few remaining days. Trooper Suprema will be going up against Sunnyside up. Trooper Suprema just need this win or the next one to secure themselves in the top 4. And we will end the day with Team Flash going up against Waffle Monster. These 2 teams hailing from Singapore, they need to break this because they have to have one team going on top, collecting that 3 points and moving forward towards closer to the top 4 seeds.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And of course, who will be those teams, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will still have to see. Just like Uwu has already mentioned, Byro will be looking to break the absolutely untouchable Jupiter and also their own losing streak that they have been on for a while now. Now, let's jump on to what's on the agenda of the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because, as we will plow through Jupiter as well as Byro, they will be fighting a match that you will not be able to forget anytime soon. Let's take a quick look at the lineup of Jupiter as a refresher for all of you. Aaron Vex as well as, Tensai, Mameshi as well as Achapi with their substitute Side Tempo going to be dropping in. Side Tempo has been, dropping in for quite a number of those matches, sometimes replacing Achapi, and he has been able to show such a strong showing in quite a number of these matches. I believe we saw him in performance yesterday, but regardless of what sort of rotation Jupiter goes in with their players, they are always so solid, and that has been clearly proven with their perfect 3-0 in every single series that they've taken so far.
Yeah, I've seen how Jupiter they play with that substitute composition itself. It's definitely going to be a really big threat to a lot of teams, especially with the top picks and the top bans that they have been picking overall from the whole tournament. They've been picking up Jin, Max, and Carl. They've been banning off Stu and Bell. Very little information being given out. They are not really faced with the current meta itself. And as you say, Side Tempo playing in for Achapi, sometimes playing in for Mashi as well. They are playing with a sub. They are not playing with the first 3 mans to play with. So definitely using a sub, it might throw off a bit of strategy against other team, like knowing like everyone has their own mechanical skills, everyone has their own skill level ceiling, but it is very mysterious from Jupiter playing with this kind of lineup.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, let's take a quick look at Byro, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The names that I actually accidentally mentioned earlier. Aaron Vex as well as Seichi will be dropping in. We've seen these 3 boys, fire up all of those maps that they've gone into so far with their Blue Flame. And the Blue Flame has been undying, well, at least for the first 3 days of the group stages. In day 4 and day 5, they have dropped against Team Flash as well as Tropa Suprema. And now, with an opportunity to take down the biggest threats in the competition, Jupiter themselves. Will Byro be able to reach up and take them down, or will Jupiter just continue to snuff this fire out as well? Their top picks, Gene, Max, as well as Carl. The top bans quite, similar to Jupiter most of the time. Stu as well as Bell will be crossed off, and most probably will be crossed off or banned when we go into the series later on as well, Uwu.
Yeah, definitely will be a quite of a mirror picks and ban coming from both Jupiter and Byro. But looking at the composition for Byro, they have everything to put on the line because they need to collect this, and especially going up against Jupiter, it's not going to be an easy game for them. It's going to be a very tough one. They have to think a lot on how are they going to approach this, especially on the map rotation that we have and the map rotation. But let's take a look at what both these teams has spanned off.
Oh, absolutely, man. And it is, of course, going to be probably the usual ones. Gene as well as Crow removed from Jupiter. Jupiter has been very wary of what Crow can do to them. Even yesterday, we saw a similar ban coming through from them. Byro, on the other hand, will not want to deal with that Bell as well as Max. We have seen Bell absolutely annihilate everyone yesterday. And, we kind of painted out a perfect picture through those matches as to why Bell is most of the time quite a permanent ban when Brawl Stars is concerned.
Definitely agree with you regarding the Bell pick and Bell ban. Definitely a Bell is going to be a top priority, a top concern for the side of Byro. They are worried that Jupiter having that advantage, having that aggression of Bell, definitely going to cut down the lineup, cut down the back line as well whenever they go for the aggression. But let's talk a bit on the rotation. It will start on Heist, as you say, Kaboom Canyon. It's been a mode and a map that we have seen for numerous times, but after that, we'll be going into Brawl Ball, so it will slow down the tempo. It is more of a mind games on how you can play it, are you able to snowball out of it. It is going to be a very, very good time to test the tempo. Meanwhile, you jump into Jam Grab on Ice Fort. It will be more of a standoff again. It's not going to be an all-out fight. It's more of a poking. So the first mode, it's a bit high tempo. Drops into the second mode, and the third mode, it's a bit more slower down. You try to find the window, find the opportunity. This time where Byro, they need to go for the offensive. They need to try to poke into your enemy. And then if they force it to a game 4 and a game 5, it will be Bounty and Siege. Both these mode, it will be high intensity. So Byro, Jupiter, and the rest of the team that is going to play today, they have to think out how are they going to go for this approach itself. So we do see a couple of teams, they do have strength in Heist, they do have strength in Jam Grab, Bounty. You do see some team has some weakness, especially on Siege, Brawl Ball itself. So we have to look at how are they going to approach this, especially this is going to be the last 2 series that they are going to play out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you know, some of the champs, let's talk about that, because when we drop into the very first map here, Heist, it's gonna be super high octane match, and it's gonna be very, very challenging if the teams do not get aggressive from the get-go. And you know, this is a situation where I'm seeing Byro might just, you know, stumble a little bit because of how dominant Jupiter has proven to be in the matches so far, right? And, you know, from the get-go, Jupiter has already banned Crow out. And I really, really love Crow when it comes to the Kaboom Canyon, because he can stand in the grassy areas just by, you know, those 2 rivers there. And he can go in for the jump. And his jump will allow you to just reach the safe to get all of that damage done. But that's going to be one of the riskiest maneuvers that you can pull off, because the moment you go in there, you're most probably going to get snuffed out by either Byro or Jupiter, right? But no doubt at all, Jupiter will be looking for, you know, accesses like that. We've seen Amber yesterday as well, as to how she was lighting up all of the tall grassy areas to make sure that, you know, those hiding spots just aren't viable anymore in some of these maps. And I feel like that's going to be so dangerous in Kaboom Canyon as well. And, you know, thankfully, we might be able to see Amber being brought in by the side of Byro as well. So we might see a fair fight from, you know, both teams, right? But what if Byro plays this wrong? I'm really curious. There's no way to anticipate or to guess how this is going to go. 2 very, very great teams here. It's going to go down to the picks of those brawlers at the end, I believe.
Definitely do agree with you, and I feel like if Byro, they start off for the first 15 seconds playing a bit more defensive, playing a bit turtle style, and letting Jupiter having the map control, the map movement as well, feels like things might get in a very hard situation for the side of Byro. Not going to count them down. Yet they just need to mount back out if they start with the turtle strat. First 15 seconds, give it up. Let Jupiter have the map control, build up the momentum, build up the capability and all the resources that they have to go for the push. They might want to go for the chip damage onto the save later on in the mid phase. Then down on the last minute itself, it's going to be all out brawl. It's more going to be on individual skills and their own mechanics on how are they going to attack and how are they going to defend this. So it all depends on Byro first move. Are they going to go for the safety strats, going to turtle it up, or are they going to change things up and go for the offense? If they go for the offense, Jupiter definitely they want to go for the 1v1 matchup. They want to go for in players versus players instead of the numbers game itself. So Jupiter, they still in the safety, but they have to bear in mind if they overextend, they give too much advantage for the side of Byro might spiral out of control.
Yeah, absolutely right. And whether or not Byro will be able to spiral out of control, their first step in here is to qualify. And unfortunately, they just stuck in a situation where, the points up on the board has all been tied up. Waffles Monster, Team Flash, Waffles Monster, they're catching up, right? Little by little, they are building momentum as well with the 3-2 victory over, the last Wolf yesterday. Team Flash, on the other hand, have been on quite a roll as well. They met Tropa and Suprema as well as Jupiter. They got taken down on day 2 and 3, but they have made the comeback on day 4 as well as 5. And, whether or not they can maintain their momentum today, I am curious to see, but I do believe there's a high probability for that, right? Because who do they go on to take on today? They're going to be taking on Team Flash. All right. It's going to be a tough one to take a wild guess as to how that's going to go, man. Because, Waffles Monster itself, they've already shared with us. They know exactly what Team Flash brings to the table. And they're very off that competition, right? And therefore, they would have been preparing. And, based on our chat yesterday as well, Uwu, they didn't really want to reveal all of the strats. None of them would want to reveal all of their strats. But for good reason, they were really careful with what they were releasing or whatever information they were divulging within the interview itself, which I'm quite excited about, because they have got some stuff up their sleeves which they are really, really careful about. So they are planning something big here, right? So I'm really excited to see if or not Waffles Monster will be able to take on and, of course, defeat Team Flash. The probability of Byro doing that to Jupiter, very low. But do you think at all Jupiter will drop for the very first time today, Ubu?
I feel Jupiter might glad a 3 sets as well. But I do feel Byro might have a slight chance of even picking up 1 against Jupiter. So I'm going to give a soft prediction. It's going to be a 3-1 win for the side of Jupiter. But Byro will put all they can and all the might they have into this to try to test the limits of Jupiter. And definitely, they might be in a risk because they have to face up Jupiter, especially on how they are on the standings. They are stuck in the mid card with 9 points, tied up with the other 2 Singapore teams. Definitely do not want to drop any more points, but going up against Jupiter is going to be a very tall order. It's going to be hard. For the side of Flash, Team Flash and Waffle Monster, both of them, they are tied up as well. They are going up against each other. In the end, we will see one of them be the victor of that. It's going to be a bit 50-50 for that, but I might put a bit of favor based on the statistic and the numbers on the side of Flash. So I do feel Team Flash might be able to win this, but it will be a very difficult one, especially going against their own friends in the Singapore. Waffle Monster, they are not going to put things down, but I guess these last 2 series that they are going to run out, they have to put the sneaky strike that they have in their mind onto the table down. They have to put it out because this do or die moment, they have to win the points. They have to bring all they have onto the table.
Okay, now let's watch Jupiter going up against Crazy Lagoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. They, production wanted to show you guys this highlight first. We are still waiting for the players to jump into the lobby, and we've got some time to kill. So why not just run over, this quite a well taken match yesterday by Jupiter's side, buddy.
Yep, Jupiter going up against Crazy Lagoon. The odds are stacked up against Crazy Lagoon. They try their best, but Jupiter, they've been controlling the tempo. They've been controlling the game.
Yeah.
This is the final time I do feel like Byro want to take notes, want to figure out what are they going to go up against, especially going up against Jupiter.
Yeah, and if they have, no ifs. I know Jupiter, very, very serious boys. They are taking this whole competition like, their lives depend on it. And for good reason, right? Because Brawl Stars definitely has got a huge promise for their future in the pro scene. And, as they would have been looking through these games, the one thing that would have been very, very evident is the fact that Jupiter does not shy away from taking these aggressive matches, but also, whenever needed, Jupiter never ever, underestimates their opponents. Like even here, right, Jupiter could have gone in for the aggression up to that mid segment of that map earlier on, but we saw the fact that they waited for all of their opponents to step up first from the side of Crazy Lagoon, and only when Crazy Lagoon started making the mistakes out of desperation did they start firing back. Even with as far as bounty would go, they would quickly go out there and grab the blue star first and to force the opponents in, to make some of those mistakes. And these were all very calculated victories taken by Jupiter that Byro definitely has taken note of. But how do you even prepare to take a team on like this? That's so strong and so calculated, and never ever barely making any mistakes at all in these series.
Talking about that, I say that Jupiter, they are play very calculative. They know when to back off, when to respect the opponent itself. This could be the information that Byro needs to see like how last Wolf was going up against Waffle Monster. They play a bit more backwards, a bit more safe, a bit much more defensive gameplay. Byro might want to play it that and then find a small opportunity, pick up a small lead in the game, and then just hold on to that. We have seen how Last Wolf did that to Waffle Monster, and they punished Waffle Monster a couple of times. Waffle Monster on the other hand, they were playing a full a bit, but then they were on the edge. It went to the 5th game, and the last round itself, it was a bit shaky for the side of Waffle Monster. But Byro, they need to take all this note. They need to take all this kind of gameplay and mental games going up against Jupiter. So seeing what Byro they can do, they might want to play it slow. Look at how Jupiter position themselves, how they rotate themselves, and see the small opening that they can and try to go in for small leads.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And all of those small opportunities will definitely lead them to a victory at the end of the day if they are able to capitalize just the way you have mentioned, Ubu, right? To wait it out, to see if or not they can catch Jupiter making any one of these slip-ups that they can go in and immediately punish. But, as I say that, in my head, I'm thinking, right, how difficult that is going to be, because it's so very rare to see any one of the Jupiter players get caught out. Once again, I have to remind the audience that Jupiter is the only team in this competition that has been able to not even drop one set within any of the series that they've won. They have taken perfect sets, perfect series back to back in the first 5 days here. And of course, as we will open the day up, it is gonna be Aaron aggressing up to just get the hit onto the save of Jupiter, and this is a great start for Byro. The Colette on the side of Byro in the form of Seiji will be able to drop the damage as well, but here comes a Chappie now with the opportunity to aggress up forth. And Aaron will be able to drop into the grassy areas, but unable to defend no matter what. C4 Tamte is just dropping all of these shots against their safe now and goes in for the headbutt as well, but unfortunately will get stuck there. Are they going to be able to punish this Colette? The answer is no, and Seiji walks away. But at the end of the day, what's the most important here is the fact that Jupiter has managed to take away a little bit more compared to Byro Uru.
Yeah, looking at how Jupiter played. At first, they made a couple of mistakes. Byro capitalized on that, and that was what I was talking about. Byro just need that small window, but Jupiter answer back, respond to the situation, respond to the problem that they see that is being brought up by Byro, and they went for the side aggression and managed to pick up a bit more damage. Now Byro, they do need to repeat back. So they have to reset everything that they are doing. Needs to be a bit more careful. Aaron, he is alone. Gets snipes out. Oh no.
Unfortunate, man. This was a great play by Byro at the start, but Jupiter making their way back in here now. 30 seconds. It looks like it might just be a little too late. They need to be able to take Achapi, who does come out and reveal himself, tempting the players from the side of Byro to come in here for the shutdown. But that will not be possible. And at the same time, look at that tick going in for the invade. Is Sensei going to be able to put all of the damage down? I believe he will be able to, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And the distraction by Tensai allows Simple Thumbs to drop in a little bit more damage onto the save. And this is all over, Ubu. Byro has lost this. Jupiter, what a well-calculated, perfect victory to take round number 1 in set number 1.
Yeah, Jupiter just wait out the mistakes from the side of Byro. As you were saying, they just fall back whenever they need to and just wait for the advancement of the opponent, and Byro just did that, falls into the trap of Jupiter, and they pick them up and they clean the floor with them. And seeing how Jupiter realize Byro is a threat, they realize how Byro is playing, and seeing how Byro played in the first few seconds, it is something that I was really expecting them to do against Jupiter. But they overextended. The moment they lost one of the players, they start pushing in. They try to go for the aggression. They were a bit panicking, I would say, to go in and try to go for the greedy damage poke. But that got them self-punished. Can Byro repeat the same thing, but play it much more safer and knowing the time and the tempo of it, and force Jupiter this time for that mistake? Oh, Jupiter, they might just gonna wait it out, as what you would say.
Yeah, it's going to be a little tough for Byro to pull this off, right? Just because of what Jupiter has been able to clearly show us. What, how Jupiter took this victory was very clearly, a majority of the reason as to why they won was because of their mechanical ability to avoid those shots that were coming in. I mean, we saw so many times Aaron making that access from the left-hand side, and he was already in the vicinity of Jupiter taking those shots against the safe. But what was even more fun to watch was the fact that Achapi and Tensai were not being hit by Aaron at all. But instead, both of them were taking Aaron out 2-on-1 again and again. They saw him as a huge threat and they dealt with him accordingly. And now look at Sipo Tamte dropping in. Once again, they will eliminate Aaron. They are not going to allow this Piper to aggress up forth at all. And just like that, 56% is what's left on the save of Byro. This is perfection coming in from Jupiter. I don't know how the Singaporeans are going to pull this off.
Yeah, it's going to be hard seeing the positioning of Achapi, side pawns, Tensai, how the way they play it out, they force Byro into a very bad situation. They know how to zone it, but Byro, they are not giving up. They did lose 50% of the save, the vault damage, but they still 80% left on the side of Jupiter. There might be a flank coming 2v1 situation.
Unfortunate, man. Aaron's going to be so pissed with the situation. He could have taken down Tensai, but one missed opportunity with that shot will allow Tensai himself to go up, aggress towards that save, and put in that finishing blow. And just like that, set number 1 has been taken by the Japanese side. That was one of the slowest paced rounds that we have seen from the side of Jupiter, and yet one of the fastest sets that they have taken. How is that even possible?
They just play by textbook. They just play by move. Alright, we get the mid control, we get the push, we get one player down. Second objective, get another player down, get the numbers games in, go for the side push. You have Tensai going on the left flank, meanwhile you have side points going on the right flank. There's too much attention that Byro has to give into, and seeing how Byro, they just get dissected by the players of Jupiter. And Jupiter, they just need to repeat this same formula. Even though they are kind of secure onto the finals itself, they still are not letting anything down. They are not letting their guard down. They are not playing a fool with it. They are just still serious about the whole situation. I would say Jupiter, they are not your ordinary kids playing. There are some serious players from the side of Jupiter.
Yeah, I mean, for you to come in and win season 1 is already making history, but for you to come in and dominate the group stages of season 1 with an unbeaten run and then go to the challenge finals and potentially maintain the same record. Can you imagine what would the situation be like if Jupiter went all the way to the grand finals absolutely unbeaten, and then they win this at the grand finals as well, unbeaten? Because thus far, Uwu, they look like they are more than capable of pulling that off.
Yep, it feels like the probability of them getting a clean sheet all the way from the group or until the grand final itself is definitely going to be a very, very high chance, a high probability for them if they keep up with this kind of gameplay, keep up this kind of pressure onto their opponent. And I'm not sure what can any team deal with Jupiter. Jupiter, it feels like they are just a titan on a whole new level, a whole new playing field.
And what can Byro do to overcome this unshakable force from the side of Japan? I absolutely have no idea. No teams in the competition have managed to pull off what Byro is looking to do, and therefore no one will hold it against Byro for not being able to achieve what they have set out to achieve today, and that is to break their losing streak. They have taken 3 wins and now potentially on the road to 3 back-to-back losses in the group stages, something that the Singaporeans will not be too delighted about at all. But Aaron did mention it, in one of the interview sessions with us when we caught up with him, when, the streak of winning was still good. And he did mention that, Byro has been quite lucky with the matchups so far. Uwu. They haven't met all of the big dogs just yet. And now that they are, woohoo, it's so tough for them to pull anything off well here. Now let's see exactly how things will fall, because this time round it's going to be Brawl Ball. Are we going to be able to see Jupiter take a straightforward game by just continuously smashing all of these crates and just walking the ball in? Or is it going to be a slice and dice where they eliminate all of the players and then literally walk the ball in towards that goal? Let's see exactly what happens here.
Yeah, Jupiter, they have to clear out the place from inside of Byro to make that push. And this is, as you can see, they are just walking into that side across. Oh my, it's so close, it's on the line. Oh my god.
Oh my god. On the line, Tensai, potatoes that kick, and unfortunately, they do not get the goal. And now, opportunity for the Singaporeans, but the turret has already been brought out by the Japanese side to go in here and give them that boost. They will be able to attack a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive, and Tensai, using that 8-bit, will be able to place the damage from afar, and they will kick the ball towards the side of Byro yet again. Seichi with that Piper, can he drop that bomb and fly away? No! He gets snuffed out. Ball gets passed. 8-bit goes for the goal! What a defense! Wax, he goes in to finish it off, but unfortunately they get shut down. Seiji trying to take out Seppo Tafte, but unfortunately that's not going to be possible at all. Side tempo is absolutely on fire, does not fall, and they will still be in this fight. 20 more seconds. Is this going to go into overtime, or will we see side tempo finally take the goal?
What an intense ball that we have. Seeing how Jupiter play a Byro trying for a long shot, will not be able to score as Tensai goal keeps that one. That's a close one between these two teams, Jupiter and Byro. They play it. It feels like a World Cup itself now.
I like the ideation that was coming in from the side of Byro. The fact that they wanted to eliminate all of the crates and leave an open space to kick that ball straight into the goal was brilliant. But what they did not expect was the fact that El Primo would be such a pain in the butt, aggressing up forth so much. The fact that Tensai would be backing him up as well. And fortunate for the side of Byro, Tensai missed his first kick, right? This could have ended so much earlier. But, even if they did manage to prevent that, the attack just kept coming back again and again and again for the side of Jupiter. And I'm just afraid that the pattern of attacks will not change that much, Uwu, as we progress.
Yeah, it feels like the attack might be same. They might just drag it off a bit into the mid phase, into the mid game, and then go for the late secure. Get one goal, it's all they need. They just need a late, and they just need to win the game itself. So, Byro, they might want to rethink of their strategy. They might want to look at this in a different perspective of how they're going to go up against Jupiter. They still have a chance. It feels like they are still strong in this. They're still not given up at all. They have a plan, and they just need to keep trying to chip onto the side of Jupiter, try to force them, be an annoyance, and try to get that ball into the goal. This is going to be the objective for the side of Byro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And, whether or not they will be able to achieve that objective, we will be able to see. Maybe they want to change their strategy up a little bit to be able to respond to the heavy hitters. But here's the problem. The problem by changing your strategy up when you go up against a team like, Jupiter, is each and every single round, they bring in a different composition as soon as they have taken a win, especially when they're going up against teams that they know will put up a good fight. Why? Because they just don't want any of their plays red. They don't want their opposition to bring in the counters for their champion. And that has been one of the biggest reasons as to why Jupiter has managed to pick all of these victories up. They know the meta of Brawl Ball. They know the how each and every single brawler communicates within the game itself, how they interact in terms of damage as well as reach for some of these modes as well as maps, and they bring it to perfection each and every single time. There is no area for improvement that we've been able to spot on the Japanese side at all, Ubu.
Looking at how Jupiter, they have a very huge brawler pool to play with, and looking for the side of Byro, they have to adjust to the situation. They need to know what to go for and what to expect. And looking for the side of Byro, they are kind of copying the composition for the side of Jupiter. They want to try out what are they bringing in, but
beauty.
Jupiter, they are just holding on.
Yeah, man, Seichi almost getting shut down, finally gets knocked out there, but the ball is going to be passed up towards Achapi. Tensai will be able to aggress forward as well, trying to take the turret out, which has been very, very smartly placed for the side of Byro, and that will be giving them that extra boost of power. Let's see if or not let's see whether or not Side Tampo will be able to take them out. A double turret now coming in from the side of Jupiter to take this fight, and they will be able to bring on that aggression. Seichi now getting dropped, and unfortunately for the side of Byro, they will not be able to aggress up forth at all. And Achapi now finally aggressing forward once again, will be able to kick the ball up as well. Aaron almost taken down, a 3-on-1 situation, but he turns that around as he eliminates Tensai. But finally, the side Tampo drops him, and also Achapi manages to take Seichi out of the equation. This can be the opportunity for them to aggress up.
Yeah, this is the time that they need to go for the push. 45 seconds left on the club. Players from the side of Byro is dropping like flies, where they are determined to push back the ball onto the half court. Can they go for more? This is an open field. It's still an open game for both teams. They are still neck to neck. Rex managed to take out Tensai. This is the time. They are bringing the ball, but they have to maneuver around the crates.
Oh, I love the way they managed to go in here for the attack. But now 14 seconds on the board, and the turret comes out as well, giving them that boost on speed for those attacks. Unfortunately, Seichi will not be able to do much, won't be able to aggress, won't be able to pick that ball up. And this will end probably in a draw, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because the overtime needs to get called. But now only 1 minute. How will they go ahead to do this? No cover to hide behind. This is an all-out brawl right now.
Yeah, definitely all out brawl. Jupiter bringing the ball up. They are passing around.
Oh.
Can they shoot it? But no, will be blocked on the side of Pyro. Woo.
Okay, Vex, beautiful push up. Has managed to bring the ball up at least towards the side of Jupiter. And now Seichi trying to go in for the approach on the ball, avoiding the shots from Atapi as well as Tensai at the same time. Brilliant play coming in here from the El Primo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to be able to survive. And Seichi manages to pick that ball up, tries to go in for the pass towards Aaron, but instead pushes it up towards the corner of Jupiter, and that is such a waste. And in about 8 seconds, the game is about to end, and Jupiter will still be able to maintain their win in here. They do try to sneak in a final goal, but that will be very beautifully prevented.
Yeah, what a draw. Seeing how Pyro they adjusted to the problem, they adjusted to the gameplay from the side of Jupiter, they finally kind of get a bit of information on how Jupiter is playing it out, and they play good defense. They play slow, they copy, or you would say mirror the movement on the side of Jupiter. Pyro, they just need to keep this up, but they have to finally figure out a way to finish it. They got it into the 50%, they got it into 75%, but they need to finish off the way how they want it to be. They have to figure that out right now.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the side of Biro, I didn't really see them bring that Sprout in, and Sprout was, specifically effective for the side of Jupiter because he managed to block off the access from the right-hand side many a times, right? And every single time the Singaporeans could have an opportunity to aggress because they've taken out a player from the side of Jupiter. You can see the Sprout immediately throw the hedge out because they know the side of Biro will come aggressing up forth, and that play was just perfect to buy more time, and those few precious seconds were more than enough for their teammates to revive and come back in for the brawl. And Jupiter has just been playing this so well, but I'm excited with the fact that Biro is making a comeback ever so slowly. They are holding Jupiter to the core here, and Jupiter cannot be as aggressive as they actually want to be.
Yeah, Jupiter feel a bit threatened right here, but as you said yesterday, how Jupiter is playing, even the play is not on the map itself.
Nice.
The presence of keeping the control of the game is still there from the side of Jupiter, but Pyro, they are putting on the aggression. They are much more confident this time. Can they up a win?
Oh, look at Side Tempo, man. He goes in there. He's playing this guy to perfection. And unfortunately for the side of Jupiter, they will not be able to, push the ball up any further because Byro's just being such a pain with the defense. But, as long as the ball is not on their side of the field, that is all Jupiter is concerned about. And the turret will be pulled out by Side Tempo once again to give them that boost. And the far reach of the 8-bit is just such an annoyance for them to deal with. Aaron is not able to bring in his own 8-bit to come in for a response with those shots because of the mechanical abilities of the Japanese. Let's see if or not they will be able to aggress out forth. The 3-on-1 situation does drop in, forcing the player from the side of Byro to back away. And now Aaron almost there. He needs to be able to back Seiji up a little bit stronger. But there's only so much that this one guy can do here, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron trying his best, but back solo, trying to survive. Seiji getting pulled right there. But the side of Jupiter, they are going to reset the game. They are going to reset themselves. As the ball drops onto their court, they do have 20 seconds before overtime kicks off. They are thinking of a way. Tensai takes out Vex. Are they going to take out Seichi? This is the time that they will go for the offense. Ball being pushed up Jupiter still have the advantage. Aaron holding on for the side of Byro. The ball is out there to go.
What a goal, Ubu!
What a play from the side of Jupiter. The moment overtime strikes, he just scores.
No. Not the moment overtime struck. I saw exactly what I believe Tensai or Side Tempo did momentarily, moments before it went into overtime. He quickly took the ball and kicked it up front, right? And he already knew if he can position that ball there for his teammate, it will be a confirmed goal. There's no way they're going to be able to miss that. And they banked on the fact that Byro will be a little bit disorientated as soon as all of the defenses, as soon as all of the shrubs as well as the crates disappear from the map. They drop in on the ball, they kick it, and it's a goal. Such a surprise takeover by Jupiter. Very, very last moment. Unfortunate for the Singaporeans. But dude, how do you beat this perfection, Awu?
This is just getting out of control. I'm not sure how are you going to defeat Jupiter. I think you have to put a handicap onto Jupiter. They might need to play with one hand for you to even beat them.
Or maybe just two players in there. Maybe a 3-on-2 situation will allow some of these. But even with a 3-on-2 situation, it's not like scoring a goal against them is going to be possible, right? They are still able to keep, their opposition back off of their lines just with the defensive maneuver. Because once again, we have to touch on their mechanical ability to avoid each and every single one of these shots like absolute pros in the game. They embody their brawlers and they move in unison with their brawlers. They know the tempo of the reload as well as, in what occasions or in what situations their opponents will fire at them because they're most vulnerable, and they take those opportunities and they really, really mix up their movements on the field, right? We can see them. They're going around in circles, they're moving back and forth, and sometimes as they're moving back and forth, they don't really go, they break the pattern again and again and again, continuously confusing the side of Byro. And they just don't know where to anticipate the shot. It takes a while for those shots to travel across the map, and the Japanese side continuously dodges them.
Yeah. It feels like Jupiter, they are from the future. They are the Terminators. They know where to dodge, duck, and weave away from the projectiles themselves. Byro, I'm not sure what can they do. They do have this one more chance to try to take a win from Jupiter. Byro, it is all up to them as they enter Jam Grab.
Okay, now let's see exactly what Stu will be able to do. Gem Grab Tensai picks both of these up for himself. Side Tempo with the aggression on the left-hand side, managing to eliminate Aaron, and this will allow the side of Jupiter to continuously push this aggressive front and to allow Tensai to pick all of these gems up. Stu is going to be an undefeatable force in that midsection there as he picks up gem number 6. Achapi will continuously flush out the players of Byro, and they will not be able to take this fight up against Tensai. 6 gems in the pocket, and now make that 8. 2 more, and this will be all over. Aaron getting out of there in the nick of time. Tensai unable to shut him down, but Achapi will be able to send that final bullet towards him. 9 gems now, and the countdown starts.
Yeah, Tensai just sitting on top of the gem spawner. Just gonna grab all 10 gems from his side. Still grabbing more. It's not go back for a defense. He is going back right now for some safety, but the match is over. Didn't go past 1 minute at all. Jupiter just played on point. They just hold on to the gem spawner. They play it well on the left flank. They play it well on the right flank. It is way too much for Byro to handle at this time.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for Byro. They couldn't aggress up no matter what they did. Aaron was barely able to push up the left-hand side. Every single time he tried, he just got shut down. And, this is what we feared. The fact that Jupiter's just way too good in the competition. And the fact of the matter is, the possibility of taking a clean sheet all the way to the grand finals and then taking the whole competition itself, it looks like it's highly probable that's exactly how this whole thing's going to end. With the way the Japanese side is moving, this momentum is not going to be easy to break at all, Owu.
Yeah, definitely it's not easy as you say, but there will be a time that it might be ran out. A lot of teams might figure out the strat, but I don't think this season will be it, because looking at how Jupiter playing, it is so strong. It is so hard to penetrate their defense. It's so hard to take out even one of the players. They are just so good on the game itself. So I'm not sure, is there any other team that can defeat them? Is there any other opportunity to take them down at all, and even to take one game away from them?
Yeah,
it's going to be very
man.
surprising.
It's going to be absolutely impossible if you ask me, right? And they have got one more match left in here, and that is going to be Last Wolf. Last Wolf is the last team to go up against Jupiter. If Byro does not pull this victory, it is going to be guaranteed that Jupiter is going to be unbeaten throughout the whole of the group stages. There's no way in hell Last Wolf will be able to beat the strongest team when they've not even been able to pick any series up for themselves at all in the competition so far. So, that's exactly what we are potentially looking at here.
Yeah, we are looking at that, but looking at the side of Byro, I am not sure what is happening. It feels like a lot of mistakes being played out. They try to go for the copy, but
wow,
the aggression from the side of Byro is getting punished.
Wow. I love the fact that Achapi waited. He played that to perfection. Through the hedge there. Blocked out the entry. Seichi could not aggress forward. He picks up 7 gems. And then he waits there. And he takes him out as well. Gem number 9 in the bag already. Aaron trying to snuff out Achapi. Achapi returns those shots. And this will just be a countdown that Byro will be dying to stop. But my friends, you literally will have to die before you can stop them.
Yeah, the advancement from the side of Byro, they are trying their best, but there is still players from the side of Jupiter. Uncontested 10 jab. This game went faster than the first one. Jupiter, are they speed running through the whole tournament?
They most definitely are, right? There's just no touching these boys. And I'm so unfortunately sad for Byro, because they took some really, really good rounds, but you could literally see their spirits break at a point, and there was just no more showing from them. The tenacity just was not like how you opened the series up in here today. And Jupiter, what a dominant victory once again. 3-0, unbeaten, unchanged. They are the most consistent. We've been looking for consistency. My man, we have found consistency.
Yeah, Jupiter, congratulations to them. I do feel like they are so strong that it's... I can't believe how Last will have to face them on the last set itself, the last series. So, Jupiter, they secure themselves for the top 4, definitely. They still have one more on the next few days. Yeah. But one game itself, one set itself, it doesn't really make any difference if they're going to drop it or what. But they have already secured 18 points for themselves. Let's take a look at the breakdown of how Jupiter break down the flames, the blue flames of Byro.
Unfortunate, man. I mean, in game number 1, we could see the aggression coming out from Byro, and they were taking some shots against the safe of Jupiter, but it just wasn't enough. Jupiter always a single step ahead, with a side tempo continuously dropping the pressure on the right-hand side, and Tensai able to get those long shots from the left-hand side. it was just a situation that Byro could not go in and defend well at all. They had to equally pay attention to both sides, and it was just too much for them.
Yep, too much attention, too much things to focus for the side of Byro. They just got outplayed, they just got baited into a very bad situation. And look at how side Tempo and Achapi, they are just on a mission. Just need to focus onto Aaron, just need to focus onto one player, then go for the next one. Tensai just do his thing in the middle, being the anchor and holding on to the whole team.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you know, things were not to change in Brawl Ball, but it definitely was not as easy as it was, right? The defense from the side of Byro stepped up in game number 2. In round number 2, I have to be specific there. But stepping it up just wasn't enough. Look at that perfection, because all Jupiter needed to do was run the timer down, place that ball for one perfect shot, and it was all over in that game. And as we dropped into Gem Grab, it could not be even more clearer.
Yeah, Jam Grab itself was so one-sided, seeing how the side of Jupiter break it down. They've been collecting jam. It feels like a simulation for them, just grabbing the jams itself.
Yeah.
Byro, they tried their best. I see the fire in them in the second game itself, but the moment they reach to game number 3, it just breaks down.
It just broke down. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, perfection in Brawl Stars by the Japanese side, Jupiter. We are going to be taking a quick short break. When we come back, it's going to be Last Wolf going up against Crazy Lagoon. Well, Last Wolf, although not being able to qualify for the Challenger Finals, will they be able to end the hopes and dreams of Crazy Lagoon as well? Because if Crazy Lagoon does not win this, their dreams are definitely over. We'll catch you after a quick break.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the wait's up. That's how we know when we level up. Hey, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up. Level up.
All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Hey, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
Welcome,
Welcome
everyone.
back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My apologies, buddy. We got that one a little mixed up. But we are right back on track. This is going to be series number 2 as we continue our day. Jupiter has taken Byro on in series number 1, beaten them to remain with their everlasting hardcore victory run in the competition. And unfortunately for Byro, their losing streak will go on to continue, and they have all halved it up, right? 3 wins and 3 losses for themselves. But now as we move on towards Last Wolf as well as Crazy Lagoon, Last Wolf has managed to lose 5 series back to back and 6th series in here today. There's no hope for them to make it into the the Challenger finals, but they might be able to ruin the hopes of another team as well, and that is for the side of Crazy Lagoon from Japan. Is that going to happen? Is this going to be one last hurrah for the team? I think they'll definitely be looking for that.
Yeah, looking at how Last will play for the last 2 series and stuff, it is going to be a bit surprising, but I do feel like Last Wolf, they're still going to push on. They will try to drag anyone behind, and their first victim, it is gonna be Crazy Lagoon. Crazy Lagoon, they need to be a bit careful of Last Wolf. Let's take a look on the lineup of Last Wolf. What are they bringing onto the table? It will be Reka, MKR, Beagle, and Farhan from the side of Last Wolf. They will try their best. They will do their best. They will try to break Crazy Lagoon, making them a bit sane this time. Can they do it? It will be a tall order, but I do feel Last Wolf might be able to take a bit out of Crazy Lagoon.
Yeah, I think they will be able to do that. I mean, we did see them take on Waffles Monster yesterday. They did manage to pull 2 sets away from their series, but of course, eventually just losing it at the end of the day. Their top picks will be Tara, Sprout, as well as Ems. Amber and Max are the top bans. They most definitely should be banning Amber out, but I don't think that they will be at a huge disadvantage, even if they don't, right? Their usual pick of the Sprout and Ems is definitely going to be helping out in quite a number of the maps in here. And Last Wolf, unfortunately, is a team that has not been able to excel on each and every single brawler that they've been able to use in here so far. But when they bring in their usual picks, they are able to aggress a little bit more, maybe because they are used to the movement as well as the powers of that particular brawler. So let's see if or not this is a situation where they can stick to what they're used to and get that victory as well, Uwu.
Yeah, but this is going to be hard, as we will be seeing how Crazy Lagoon played. Sipotante, Miria, and Kuru will be the players that is going to play from the side of Crazy Lagoon. We will get to see the top picks and the top band, and overall, that what are they going to bring onto the table. It will be a bit of a mirror image from the side of Japan. So it will be a bit hard for the side of Last Wolf to go up against, but I do feel like Last Wolf, if they keep on the momentum that they had, I feel like they can do it. They just need to remain calm and not panic on what is happening. They've been doing quite well, just that they are unable to finish off the last moment. Can they break Crazy Lagoon is yet to be seen. This is the top picks and top bans that they have been picking up and banning overall. So Gene, Max, and Sandy is one of the top picks from them. Stu and Bell. That's a mirror image from most of the Japan team. They've been banning off Stu and Bell, but not much information. They still have a large pool of brawlers to pick from the side of Crazy Lagoon, but this will be important as we will go in and see what are the bans for this whole matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a quick peek, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. They will not be able to bring in Gene as well as Bell. That's exactly what Last Wolf goes in here for the ban. Crazy Lagoon, on the other hand, will be banning Stu as well as Byron out. They don't want the heavy damage that Byron is able to get, as well as the reach. And Stu, well, we have seen exactly how Stu was used to perfection in the series just before this. So no doubt at all that Crazy Lagoon has pulled off quite the necessary and well-picked bans here.
Yup, seeing the bans itself, do agree with you. Still, it is going to be a threat, even though it got a bit nerve. But Byron taking out from the side of Crazy Lagoon, that means Last Wolf will not be able to have that high damage, the high DPS sustainability of Byron. So they have to turn things around. They have to figure out something else, but it will not be a big problem for the side of Last Wolf. They will try to run a different lineup, a different line of composition as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, let's see if or not we will be able to see the Indonesian side finally winning a series in here for themselves. Of course, we forgot to touch the fact that Crazy Lagoon has only managed to win one series for themselves. They've dropped 4. The one that they did manage to win was against another Indonesian side, Sunny Side Up. So maybe Crazy Lagoon will be looking for the perfect against the Indonesians here, but the damage being dropped onto the save for the side of Last Wolf will just make it so much more difficult for them to take the aggressive maneuvers up, because they have got something to lose in here now, Uwo.
Yeah, Last Wolf just dropping back and giving so much map control, aggression from the side of Crazy Lagoon. I'm not sure how Last Wolf will be able to stand up to this barrage of assault, but Rekka MK will be able to take out Myriad. Sipatamte will be another one to drop down. This is surprised by Kuro, still holding on.
Oh, goodness me. How's this Crow able to do all of that, managing to duck away in the grass for the time being? And our Bigwell will not be defeated. He will be able to stand tall whilst his team members come right back in here. But this is it, man. The dive goes in. Our Bigwell, what a mess he has brought on for himself. And they will be able to take a shot against the save of Crazy Lagoon, but only 2% of damage. Goodness me, I don't know what Last Wolf is playing at here.
Yeah, Last Wolf trying their best to go for the offense, but it feels like it's getting shut down every single time the moment they jump in. Crazy Lagoon, they are prepared for a fight. They are prepared to go for a combat.
Oh, absolutely, man. Look at them just going in for the damage on this day. 43% now. 30 seconds left on the clock. This has all been taken by the Japanese side, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Crazy Lagoon has definitely won this round already. The question is, will we be able to see Last Wolf make a comeback later on? And now this is a 3-on-3 situation. Turret gets brought out as well. And the damage will be dropped onto the players from Last Wolf. Yeah, Crow goes. Crow drops right in the vicinity. But unfortunately for him, he gets snuffed out again.
Yeah, Last Wolf, a good last effort to go for the save, but it was too late. They managed to take down at least 36% if I'm not mistaken, but it was not enough to tie things up. And Crazy Lagoon, they have the initial hold, they have the initial damage. They are ready for any attacks from the side of Last Wolf. Last Wolf, they put a good effort, they put a good chance to go for it, but a bit of greedy, a bit of disorganizing from the side of Last Wolf. I think they need to calm themselves down, pull down the tempo, put down the attacks that they need to go for the greediness. Just coordinate one by one. They can do it. I feel like they have a chance if they put it the way how they played yesterday. Today it feels like they have went back to the first few days that they have been playing it out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's just unfortunate that they have chosen to take it in that way. Because if they do continue this pace, Crazy Lagoon will not think twice. They will gladly take this opportunity and walk all over Last Wolf and eliminate them. I mean, well, they are already not going to be going on to the Challenger Finals. But, at the very least, thinking that they could pick up a little bit of just one series for them to not feel bad about, right? Because I feel bad for Last Wolf. They've made an effort, man, clearly from the first 3 days of not even being able to take one set. When they have met Sunny Side Up, when they've met the Waffles Monster, they were able to push it all the way into set number 5 within their series and almost took those series as a whole, right? But against Crazy Lagoon, it's such a huge change in complexion. The contrast is quite visible, isn't it, Uwu?
Yeah, I'm not sure, is it the players from the side of Last Wolf, they are afraid of the mechanical style of Japan, but I feel like they have to just bring it back to how they've been playing it out against Sunny Side Up and against Waffle Monster. Feels like they need to have that confidence. Look at how they are playing right now. This time, it feels like they have everything locked down. They are playing it all 3 men together, a bit much more composed. I think they might be able to pick this up if they continue the same way.
Oh, but the damage has already been done. Our Big Well goes in for the jump, but he gets shut down again. What is this boy playing at? Farhan as well as Rekha MK just standing for a moment. Siputamte gets dropped, and that 8-bit will be going on to the reset. Miria will be trying to keep the line strong, but gets broken down. And now this is the opportunity for our Big Well to drop in all of the damage. He manages to go in, but that 8-bit will be able to soak up some of the damage and then return it to him as well. Miria trying to go in for the shutdown, finally does able to get that pulled off, but the damage has been brought in already. Crazy Lagoon now is behind, but it's only by 2%. Last Wolf, they need to do that one more time.
Yep, they just need to continue to play this way. This is the strategy that I was talking about, and they will be able to walk out with a win. Last Wolf, they just need to repeat this. If it's not broken, don't fix it. If it's fixable, break it.
And they do go in there for the break. Last Wolf now, 73%. 10% difference between their safe as well as Crazy Lagoon. And Crazy Lagoon now looking to aggress up once again. Rekha MK cannot make his way up. Miria will be able to push Rekha MK back. Farhan almost getting taken down, but that Viper will be able to aggress. And the return fire gets brought down by Siputamte. And look at the damage. Siputamte is going in for it. And the two sides are just going in for the attack. All out brawl now, Owo.
Yeah, looking on the side of Crazy Lagoon. Siputamte with the last push, with the last damages out. It was so devastating for the side of Last Wolf. It started good for the side of Last Wolf. There's something that I was expecting. They will pull it off. But then they start to get greedy. They start to lose the composure. They start throwing bodies. The moment we lost the crow, Abigo jumped in front when he has quarter of health. That was the time that Crazy Lagoon knows, alright, that is the opportunity, that is the window. Take out the crow, go in for the push and start poking the players of Last Wolf. And Last Wolf, they just break down at that moment.
Yeah, Crazy Lagoon just looked for opportunities to punish, and they played such a well-disciplined game. And our Big Well just made it so easy for them, right? And this is not the first time that the Crow has gone in for such a careless jump and got taken out in, an untimely manner for his side. And Last Wolf, if they continue on this pace, if our Big Well continues going in for those very unnecessary dives and giving up his life so easily, the probability of them making a comeback is just going to be so slim. And as we go into a game where aggression is definitely going to be needed, my hopes for Last Wolf is just getting slimmer and slimmer by the moment here.
Yeah, they have to stop making mistakes, stop taking the greedy attack. They really want to try to go for the push, but looking at how Farhan, they are not ready to support Arbigo whenever Arbigo go in for the push in and go in for the dive, go in for the defensive. They are just so low of health. The moment if Farhan and Rekka MK try to go for the support of Arbigo, the whole team might even go down, and that is the opportunity that Crazy Lagoon said, we will take the whole map, we will take the whole game, and we will take the whole set as well.
Yeah. And you know, that's exactly what Crazy Lagoon was set out, had set out to do in here today, and that's exactly what they will be pulling off for themselves. Set number 1 is in the bag as we will proceed into Brawl Ball in a few moments. Whether or not Last Wolf will be able to make the comeback is the biggest question. If they continue playing the way that they've been playing, I'm not just talking about this series. I'm not just talking about, this particular game and fight that they've taken against Crazy Lagoon. I'm talking about throughout the entirety of this competition. If they continue doing what they've always been doing, they are not going to be able to get anything more than they have already gotten thus far. And that is just a string of losses in here, Uwu. What possible change, if you were given the opportunity, would you get Last Wolf to probably make on their end?
It feels like they might want to just change the whole composition of Brawlers a bit. The game style, the aggression. I think they need to read the gameplay of the opponent. Each team has a different chemistry. Each team has a different mechanics itself. Japan, as we all know it, they are very mechanical of it. So being too offensive might get you punished. So for the side of Last Wolf, they might want to play how the Singaporean played it out. Settle it a bit, wait for the opportunity, play it slow, look at the time, and they might be able to stand out and be a winner.
Yeah, Rekka Emka just punishing the side of Crazy Lagoon, but that's such a well-taken fight there moments ago. Now Kuru trying to continue what his, companion tried to pull off earlier, side tempo, but unfortunately for, Sipotante, but unfortunately for Sipotante, that's not going to be a easy task as Farhan drops in for that backup play as well. Rekka Emka, this spike is not going to go down easily. Farhan trying to get that ball. Are they going to be able to kick it out of the area? Yes, they will be able to move the ball up, but it is picked up immediately by Kuru. Kuru going in for the shot, gets the ball back, an amazing rebound goal he takes for himself.
Yeah, it's just so hard seeing the way how Last Wolf is playing. They are dropping the ball to the side of Crazy Lagoon, and literally they are dropping and giving the opportunity for Crazy Lagoon to go for the push and go for the attacks. Looking at the placement and how the position of the players of Last Wolf, it just opened up to the assault from Crazy Lagoon.
Yeah, man. And look at Crazy Lagoon just giving the ball towards Last Wolf, putting it so close to them so that they will get tempted to push the ball up and using the ball as bait. This is just perfection from the side of the Japanese. Are we going to be able to see Rekka Emka now go in to pick that ball up? It's going to be quite impossible. Farhan as well as Rekka Emka, a 2-on-1 situation, might be able to take Kuru out, but Kuru instead will be able to drop Rekka Emka. And right after, Sipotamte immediately gets Farhan out of the game. Kuru trying to go in here for the goal. A beautiful save, but Sipotamte walks the ball in, and Crazy Lagoon will take that round as well.
Yeah, it looks like all hopes and faith from the side of Last Wolf, they are on a breakdown. Feels like, at the edge, it's just so hard to see them doing that. Crazy Lagoon, this is the win, this is the fight that they wanted, and this might be that slim opportunity that you was talking about from the start of the show, that Crazy Lagoon might be able to tie things up on the top 4. It's a very, very far-fetched calculation to that, but they might be able to have a chance to fight for the top 4.
Yeah, and let's once again clarify with the community and what this means, right? Waffles Monster as well as Team Flash, they've got 6 points on the board so far. Waffles Monster has not gone in and performed just yet. Team Flash has not gone in and performed just yet. The best part is Team Flash will be fighting Waffles Monster in the final series of the day. Whichever team gets defeated will stay at the 6-point mark, which is exactly what Crazy Lagoon is trying to equalize up with. And that is just the first step for their comeback. The second step for their comeback is getting another win on day 7 and 8 as well. And if at all the team that loses today loses once again, and with the condition that Crazy Lagoon wins their final series in the single round robin, the Japanese side might be able to make it to the Challenger Finals. But of course, those are so many ifs. You really, really need to hope and pray that, some of these conditions falls through well. And it's just quite hopeful when some of those conditions have got nothing to do with you at all, right? It's got something to do with your other opponents. And you have to hope and wish that they will beat each other. And, only luck can call as to how the cards will drop at that point of time. So, but the run for Crazy Lagoon is not over just yet, and I think that's keeping their fire lit up still here.
Yeah, definitely agree. A bit of correction. Team Flash, Waffle Monster, and Byro, they are all tied up currently at 9 points. So,
my apologies.
Yes. Byro is sitting on 9 points because they dropped a game against Jupiter just now. So it is up to Team Flash and Waffle Monster to duke it out today to see who will get the 3 points and move to 12. So Crazy Lagoon, they have a chance. They need to win today, as you said, and they have to win the day 7 and 8 itself, and they might be able to tie up with Byro if Byro drop the next one.
What? Ooh, Rekka Emka just chasing Myria down, and now they will be able to block this ball, but a beautiful pass into the corner. Kuru puts the ball out of play for the time being, whilst he will be able to fire those shots against Rekka Emka. Rekka Emka almost dropped now, but Sipo Tamte not taking the shot against him, finally fires one off, eliminates Rekka Emka from the equation. Now Arbig will almost gets dropped. The ball out of play from the corner gets picked up, pushed up forth by Kuru. Sipo Tamte will be able to continue aggressing up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But of course, as Last Wolf has tried so far, it might just be enough. They can keep this pressure up, but what a play! Look at Crazy Lagoon just shut them down one after the other.
Yeah, Crazy Lagoon, they were at the back wall, but they turned things around and bring the ball all the way towards the other half, giving the pressure on Last Wolf. Last Wolf, they don't have any much more place to hide. Farhan try to hold on. Abigo being picked up by Kuro. Sipo Tamte from the right flank. Can he go for the cross? He will try to go for the cross, but the drive from the side of Crazy Lagoon, they have stopped. They have passed back the ball. They will play the time and tempo slow.
Oh, they've managed to shut down Rekka Emka already. A 2-on-1 situation. Farhan almost getting shut down. Kicks the ball up. Myria! What a goal taken. And now 36 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Will Last Wolf be able to make a comeback? Because if they don't, this is all over.
Yeah, Last Wolf, they have to go for the aggression. They have to give all in just for any horse. Abigo playing the crow once again will be punished, and Farhan got caught out in a very bad situation. Has to go back. Oh no, Farhan being caught off. Looks like Last Wolf will drop this mode and map to the side of Crazy Lagoon. It's so hard to see Last Wolf doing such mistakes again.
Yeah, set number 2 has been taken by perfection for the side of Crazy Lagoon as well. And now one final set to make a comeback, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Not one final set. If they do make a comeback, we will have 2 more to play for Crazy Lagoon. But by the way things have been taken so far, I highly doubt we will go into set number 4 here.
Do agree. Feels like Crazy Lagoon might just steamroll, might collect the next set and just be happy with collecting that 3 points on the standing itself. Last 4, it feels like they have given up all hopes in this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And of course, the fight from them, I highly doubt they are going to be very lively in those matches as well, because their race to get into the challenges, finals is just all over, right? Unfortunately, based on the abysmal performance thus far. But I expected a little bit more of a fight from them in the group stages, but I guess it's not something that they are in full control of, right? Because it's not like they were performing really, really well, and suddenly we are seeing this, lack of greatness in their performance. They have been quite consistently underwhelming with all of their approaches towards these sets, and nothing has changed that much, if you ask me. Yesterday was a little bit of a difference, but I'm a little bit disappointed to hear from Waffles Monster that they were playing around a little bit, allowing the side of Last Wolf to catch up, and just to see exactly what sort of experiments they can pull off against Last Wolf. And to think that might have been one of the contributing factors for them to push it into set number 5, would have been quite heartbreaking for Last Wolf as well. And as they try to make it in here against Crazy Lagoon, dude, things are just breaking apart for them. And the probability of making a comeback in match number 3 here obviously is low because of where their spirits are. But I don't know, man. I want Last Wolf to take a win. During the Mobile Open, when we were watching so many of the highlights from these guys, right? They were so amazing. Rekka, Emka, Arbigol, Farhan, all 3 of them, absolute stunners when they were qualifying through. But, the challenges, just a whole different ball game here, Ubu.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. It is a different ball game. This where all the big boys is playing, and Last Wolf feels like they are getting smothered by the side of Crazy Lagoon. Look at Sipo Tamti replying and going in deep. They have the control of the gem spawner. Sour gem on the hand for the side of Crazy Lagoon. Last Wolf not even close. Farhan trying his best right now to even crawl in.
What? Wait, where is the guy who's holding on to the gems running to? Kuru finally gets dropped, and Last Wolf picks everything up. Rekka, Emka, run for your life, my friend. They are coming! Rekka, Emka gets dropped. The gems on the ground, but our big well, is he going to be able to start the countdown for himself? No, he gets chased, he gets shot at, but his Ember is still alive. The fire is still burning bright, and the Indonesians might be able to at least take one round and make a comeback in here. But look at Kuru trying to play the prevention gameplay, picking up the gem for himself. It is 9-4 so far. Crazy Lagoon, are we going to be able to see them make a comeback, or is Last Wolf going to be able to close this off? Our big gets dropped. This might be all over, but Farhan is there to save the day.
Yeah, Kuru just trying his best, going for the top, able to do a bit of damage, but that is it. 10 gem for the side of Crazy Lagoon. They start the countdown. Can Last Wolf turn things around? Farhan, he has to go for the push. They need to take down Kuro. Kuro sitting at 1,800 health point. Oh, it could not be as long as how Last Wolf, they are trying their best. They are turning the tide around. Kuro needs to stay alive, but no! Abigo gets dropped!
Oh, but the countdown timer hasn't been stopped 1 second! And Crazy Lagoon still gets it completed, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But I am so happy to see this sort of a performance from Last Wolf. This is the kind of fight that we want out of the Indonesians, and finally we see it. But my friend Uwu, I believe it's a little bit too late, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you on this. Like, it's so late. What is the chance for a team that are hanging by a thread that they need to win 3 sets back to back? This is going to be a very tall order. Last Wolf, I think they are just having the wall behind their back. This is time they are on desperation mode. This is where flight or fight mode. So I do feel like Last Wolf, they are giving their best. They are putting all they can and all their hopes onto this last set for a chance to diminish the hopes and dreams of Crazy Lagoon.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And as we've seen the way Last Wolf has taken these matches so far, round after round, we do see them getting a little bit more aggressive. But I really hope they don't overstep their boundaries, because we've seen a few times where our Big Ol especially has gone in there for those very, very careless dives, and those dives have given away some of these rounds within those sets. And hopefully that's not something that they fall into as they get a little bit more confident with the taking of these games, right? Because they almost pulled it back for themselves there. But although I say that, what they pulled off in that match was as far as preventing the countdown for a while, postponing the inevitable, right? They didn't even manage to pick that victory up in that round, which, just once again goes ahead to re-emphasize the concern that I have for the Indonesians here.
Yeah, Last Wolf, it's so hard to see them trying to go for advancement. Each time they go for the aggression, Bigo, he made that mistake. It punished Farhan and Rekka MK to try to go for the offensive, but now they are putting Farhan in the middle, Bigo on the left flank, where he will be playing the same position as well, but they have to group up behind Farhan. Bigo has to play behind Farhan. They have to play behind this guy who is going to try to go for the push. You see how the synergy coming from the side of Farhan and Rekka MK, but Bigo getting punished by Sipotante. This is just way too hard.
Yeah, man. And Kuru is doing amazing against Farhan. Farhan really cannot even step in the gem spawner to pick any of these gems up because of what Kuru is doing. His shots are absolutely pinpoint accurate. Look at this, man. 7 gems now. And the side of Last Wolf, oh my goodness, Kuru just taking that pot shot against the opponent, was running away from his friend as well. Miria not able to get that shot, but they still managed to shut him down. One more, like you said, Uwu, and countdown starts. This might just be game over already.
Yeah, this might be game over. I'm not sure what can Last Wolf do. 7 seconds left on to the clock as Last Wolf breathing their last breath in this matchup. Congratulations to Crazy Lagoon as they managed to pick up the 3 points. They are one step closer to tying things off in the mid card.
Yeah, man. They are playing catch-up, very, very late catch-up in the competition here. And this is the second victory that they have picked up for themselves in the 6 series that they have been in so far. Are we going to be able to see them continuously pick these wins up for themselves, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We wish them all the best. We wish them good luck. And we also wish them luck with what they are anticipating for one of those 3 teams, apart from Jupiter, right, to drop a few of those points from the top so that they can replace them to move on to the Challenger finals. What a play by the Japanese side. And unfortunately for the Indonesians, the losing streak will still continue, Ubu.
Yeah, Last Wolf breathing their last breath. It's so hard to see an underdog team getting beaten. Well, they are the underdog. They did their best. They put all their effort in. But I do feel like it is going to be a good experience for them to know where are they standing at and what are they facing up against. So a lot of things for them to take note. A lot of lesson to learn from this whole tournament. Seeing them play it out, it was a bit hard, but let's take a look of what happened between Crazy Lagoon and Last Wolf.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was a perfect 3-0 victory for the Japanese side. But it was a good showing, at least not in this round, right? In the upcoming rounds, Crazy Lagoon, they stepped their tempo up, but it was very well matched with what Last Wolf were doing in there. But unfortunately, with our Big Ol going in for the multiple, very careless dives, they gave away so many of these rounds and opportunities.
Yeah, give a lot of chance, a lot of advantage to the side of Crazy Lagoon with how Bigo is playing. Miria he has just the confidence. Just look at the position of Mira. He has no fear walking up towards the enemy, and he is just gonna go in for the push. Meanwhile, Sipu Tamti as well, knowing that his team is pushing, he is having the same momentum, the same confidence to go in and go for the aggression.
Yeah, and continuously, again and again and again, even as they try to go in there for that reset, it was just not possible to keep the Japanese side off the ball. And even when they were able to aggress up the field, they just got shut down again and again. And in Gem Grab, it could not be any more clearer, but it was the best showing from Last Wolf throughout the whole series.
Yep, definitely it was the best showing for the side of Last World. They really put their heart and soul into this. They really tried their best, but it just got outplayed by the side of Crazy Lagoon. Crazy Lagoon, they are on a higher level compared to Last Wolf. Last Wolf, unfortunately, they have to drop all 3 sets to the side of Crazy Lagoon. And Crazy Lagoon, this is going to be the last drive that they need. They know, okay, they can pick up this one. They saw Byro drop the game today. They might have a chance to tie things off in the mid card. This is going to be a bit of a fairy tale for Crazy Lagoon, but it is going to be a hard one because they will have to expect that Byro loses the next matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. And Byro's definitely not looking to lose anything more. They've been on a losing streak already, and the one team that Byro has not met thus far is the Indonesian side of Sunny Side Up. So the probability of Byro losing is really, really slim. So Crazy Lagoon needs to look elsewhere, right? So where is this elsewhere that we need to look? We might be able to look at Team Flash. Team Flash has not faced off Crazy Lagoon just yet. And that is an opportunity for Crazy Lagoon themselves to go into that match and earn it for themselves, right? Because if they are able to make sure Team Flash does not collect more points for themselves and be able to pick the 3 up, that's the perfect condition that they can guarantee for themselves here, Ubu.
Yeah, definitely Crazy Lagoon, they are gonna wait for that matchup. But we do have a matchup indeed that is going to be Trooper Suprema will go up against Sunny Side Up. It will happen in few more minutes as we will go in and see what is the lineup from both these teams. Trooper Suprema hailing from Japan, Sunny Side Up from Indonesia. Can the team from Indonesia defy the stats, defy the opportunity that Trooper Suprema has? It's going to be a tall order, but let's take a look at what Trooper Suprema is bringing to the table.
Yeah, it's definitely a tall order. Aaron Ryohei, Molneko, as well as the substitute Arotan will be dropping in here for Trooper Suprema to absolutely annihilate, devour the Sunny Side Up. Sunny Side Up, unfortunately, I believe will not be able to do anything about it at all. Their performance in the competition thus far, they've only been able to take 1 win, and that is against their brothers from their own nation, Last Wolf. And even that victory, they were pushed into set number 5, and it was not an easy victory for them at all. Almost all other teams have been able to pick the easy victories off of Last Wolf. And this is Trooper Suprema that we're talking about. The Supreme team that is sitting right behind Jupiter, who's leading the board. So let's take a look at their top picks and bans here. Gene, Max, as well as Ems. Top bans coming in, Stu, as well as Bell. Trooper Suprema playing the meta as always. And I highly doubt they will be changing much of what they've already shown us thus far here.
Yeah, definitely agree. Trooper Suprema, they are just on point as how all the Japanese team is being played. It very mechanical, very huge brawler pool. So they do have a lot of things up in their sleeve, but this is going to be one that they have to go up against. That is going to be Sunny Side Up. So Sunny Side Up, you have mine, Maple Leaf and Dreadlord. All 3 of these players, they have to pull all their hopes, all their effort to try to defeat one of the Titans from Japan. This is going to be a tall order for them. This is going to be a very hard game. They have to put all their hopes, they have to put all they have into this. They really need to read the placing, the rotation, the gameplay of Trooper Suprema if they really want to collect these points and have a chance like how Crazy Lagoon has.
And with the side that Crazy Lagoon has been able to show us so far is the type of tenacity that we want to be able to see from Sunny Side Up, right? Crazy Lagoon haven't been able to perform very well, but thus far their stats in the competition matches up to what Sunny Side Up has been able to show us. And can we see that side of Sunny Side Up be shown in here once again? That's exactly what I'm waiting for. Max Sandy as well as Colette, their top picks should be able to give them that support. Sandy doesn't really get dropped much into the competition now, but Byron as well as Poco, their top bans, most probably will be banning Byron out for this set as well later on. Uwu, we have been able to see, the side of Tropa Suprema bring that Byron into some of these matches and absolutely decimate their opponents. And that's something that Sunny Side Up will not be looking forward to. But to think that they might be able to take a win against Tropa Suprema is definitely hopeful, but let's see whether or not miracles are real. The banned brawlers are going to be coming up to your screen. Let's see exactly who are these brawlers that both sides will not be allowing into the upcoming series.
Yeah, the brand Brawlers, Trooper Suprema takes out El Primo and Bell. Meanwhile, for the side of Sunny Side Up, they will take out Bell and Byron. Exactly as what you say, they will take out Byron. So Trooper Suprema might not have this Byron to play with, but they do have a lot of different compositions to line up for their brawlers. So Sunny Side Up, they might need to be a bit careful. They dealt with one of the issues that is going to be Byron. Bell will be a permaban as you said, but Trooper Suprema, they might have something up their sleeve. They might throw out a curveball onto Sunny Side Up. Sunny Side Up, they need to prepare for this. Few more minutes before the first set begin. They have all the time that they need to think about how are they going to approach this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Going back into game number one, it's going to be Heist at Kaboom Canyon. We've seen exactly how this is played already. The layout of the map, full grassy area within the center of the map itself. You can access the opponent's side from the left and right hand, entry points, but you will be able to take those spot shots against the, safe of your opponents, even from that midsection, as long as you've got a couple of throwers in your hand. We did mention as to how Crow can go in for the dive from that midsection, but we also pointed out the fact that whenever the Crow goes in for the dive, he just leaves himself so open to getting taken out. And every single time he drops, it's an opportunity for your opponents to come in and aggress, right? A great replacement for that Crow would definitely be the Colette. The Colette can go in for those headbutts and jump right back out. But of course, the opportunities to aggress up front is not going to be as viable as Sunny Side Up wants because of how Tropa Suprema is just so capable of shutting them down, right? If, the side of, Jupiter is mechanically gifted, then what is Tropa Suprema, man? On every single front, they have been able to do equally as well as Jupiter. Only at one point, they go ahead to drop a set, they go ahead to drop a series, and that is against Jupiter themselves. So we can't really hold that against them. Now, can we? So to think that Sunny Side Up will be able to take this victory is definitely being very, very hopeful. We will have to believe in miracles to see Sunny Side Up come out victorious. But in the play-ins, this was a situation as well that Sunny Side Up was put in, but they still managed to make that comeback. And we might be able to see them, at least for the glory's sake, take down Tropa Suprema. I'm not looking at them defeating them in the whole series, mind you. Just one game, just one set.
One game, one set that you wish for the side of Sunny Side Up, but feel like they definitely need to win this to even get a chance to qualify in the top for the grand finals itself. It's going to be a very hard one, but can Trooper Suprema deny that or Sunny Side Up have the advantage and have the opportunity to beat the Titans. And look at how the side of Trooper Suprema dissecting and annihilating the players from the side of Sunny Side Up.
Oh, goodness me. And now Maul will be able to drop Maple once again. Shots fired, but Aaron now trying to aggress up the left-hand corner. And Maul manages to break the barrier in the midsection there. And this is all opened up. Sunny Side Up, they cannot hide in that mid area. The grassy areas will be providing Tropa Suprema all the cover that they need. Look at Crow, aggress up, 40% onto the save. The Crow is literally in the save, eating it up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yes, Aaron gets taken out, but that's how you dive with the Crow.
Yeah, Trooper Suprema have everything by the book and play it out perfection. Sunny Side Up has no respawn. They just drop one by one, and the moment Trooper Suprema open up the mid section, that's just all in, diving onto the safe, onto the wall itself, and just cracking it to bits.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you know, the speed of how Tropa Suprema took this win in such a convincing fashion definitely would have shaken Sunny Side Up. I am absolutely curious as to how the response is going to come through. But you know, like how we've started the series off saying, I don't know what's the probability of Sunny Side Up picking a win up here, but I will be really, really happy if they do manage to steal one set away from one of the most dominant teams in this competition, man. Tropa Suprema, they don't look like they're going to fall, especially when you look at the performance in that round. There's no touching them right now.
Definitely agree. Like Trooper Suprema, this is the last. So they are in a good safety on the standings, but they are not going to drop the ball towards the enemy. They are not going to drop any game at all because they want to keep the momentum. That's a good morale that to have in a team. And Trooper Suprema, they are going to put it on point, but Sunny Side Up, they will respond with their own aggression. As you can see how Dreadlord takes one player out. The chip is coming in from the side of Sunny Side Up onto Trooper Suprema save.
Okay, now let's see exactly what they'll have in here. It is a push, beautiful takedown on Ryohei. Wine gets that shot. Maul as well as Aaron looking to take a Dreadlord out of the equation, but Dreadlord will be able to take all of those shots from the cover right in that mid-section. Maul has broken down the cover for themselves already to make it easier to maneuver around the field. And now the shots taken against the save of Sunny Side Up from that mid-section there by Maul is just going to put Sunny Side Up in a much more difficult situation. Ryohei can go up and aggress fourth, and Wine's just so upset, man. He can't take any of these shots against Ryohei. Ryohei finally gets shut down, but the damage has already been done here, Uwu.
Yeah, the damage from Maul. He is just one man with a mission. He has a rocket launcher and he is just aiming for the wall. He doesn't really care about the play. Look at how focused is Maul. I just need that wall. I just need to close the game down. 6% left for the side of Sunny Side Up. Meanwhile, Trooper Suprema, they have to go for the reset as most of the players have ran down the tick. Oh, Aaron so low! Can they take him out? He will not be able to bring down.
Oh, game over, my friend. Look at the charge now. Maul as well as Ryohei gonna be able to finish this off. And they don't even take the shots from the far away segment. They walk into the safe and they eliminated, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is Tropa Suprema showing that they are definitely the supreme brand in this competition.
They are the supreme one, and Trooper Suprema just walk themselves into a victory. Can they produce the same thing again in Brawl Ball? We do want to see how they are going to play Brawl Ball. Will it going to be a long shot from them? Play it safer, or are they going to go in with a domination to win it all? So Trooper Suprema,
I think
just playing on par.
Yeah, the domination to win it all is what Tropa Suprema has been showing us so far, right, Uwu? And apologies for cutting you off there, buddy. I thought
no worries.
But but you know, as you know, all of the fun that Tropa Suprema will allow us to have here as we watch these games, I really want to see, you know, Sunny Side Up ask some of these tough questions towards Tropa Suprema. but it's just asking for a little bit too much, I believe, especially from Sunny Side Up. If they haven't been able to take down a side like even Crazy Lagoon, expecting them to be able to defeat Tropa Suprema is quite the wishful thinking, right? Against Crazy Lagoon, they dropped 1-3. They managed to take that one set away, and that's exactly what I want to see from them, right? Because this is just season 1, Uwu. And yes, although we want these teams to fight it all the way into the Challenger finals, for me, I just look at this as a point of view whereby this is just one competition. There's so many that we are looking forward to. And this is the opportunity for Sunny Side Up to meet these big dogs and to learn the hard way as to what it takes to defeat them. And clearly to know exactly what it takes and to go back to the drawing board and bring it back into season 2. Will we be able to see a better side of Sunny Side Up in season 2? That's exactly what I'm hoping for, right? But they need to start the momentum in season 1 itself. It's not, the race for them is just not over, just like how it is for Last Wolf. But with their matchups, with the teams that they have to go up against, it might just be all over based on paper, right? They will be able to fight it up, but the way they're taking this fight against Tropa Suprema now, the future looks futile. I wish them all the best for season 2. I want to see, man, if they're capable of taking one set. Just one set is all the Mustachio wants.
I'm going to dial in and see the probability they might be able to take a chance on Jam Grab, seeing how they play Jam Grab a bit much more aggressive. They know there's a game plan into it. Brawl Ball, seeing some of their stats going in, not really that strong. They might be able to hold on a good defense, but to finish off against Tropa Suprema, it is going to be hard. As you say, it is be very hard to go up against, and it's like too much for us to ask from Sunny Side Up at all right now to make even to defeat the side of Tropa Suprema. But seeing them, I do feel like they might have a small chance on the third set itself.
Yeah, I do agree with you, man. Gem Grab definitely a opportunity for them, but it will fall back to the composition of the brawlers that they bring in as well. I feel like, even if the composition is done right, there needs to be the other part that has to be done right? Mechanically executing all of these shots and not getting taken down, which is where Sunny Side Up falls so miserably. Dreadlord getting taken down so early in this round goes ahead to emphasize what I just said, and Wine now drops as well. This is just an absolute unfortunate situation. Dreadlord managing to get the clear onto the ball, manages to push it out. The ball gets kicked right back in by Ryohei. Ryohei opportunity, ball right there behind, passes it back to Ryohei, who takes a simple goal, and Tropa Suprema just like that are 1-up.
Yeah, Tropa Suprema walking the ball in, does have some bounces around, but look at the second push from the side of Tropa Suprema. They are so fast and up into the face of Sunny Side Up. They have no answer to this. Clearing up the map. The ball is on the line. The player from the side of Sunny Side is solo.
But I love the ideation from Maul there. Drops the bomb and parachutes out so she can clear off all of the barricade right in front of the goalpost. And this is just a simple walk-in for the side of Tropa Suprema, but they need to wait for their team member to just jump back in here. Maul comes right back through. Ryohei now needs to recover a little bit, but Maul will be able to take this aggressive push. 1 goal scored by Tropa Suprema already, so even if Tropa Suprema does go ahead to run the clock down, they will win this either way. A bomb being dropped once again by this Piper, and Maul destroys all of that barricade that Sunny Side Up was using for cover, and they are now wide open, Uwu.
Yeah, the side of Sunny Side Up, not much of a defense, not much of an obstacle. Tropa Suprema with the drive up towards the upper side. This is going to be dangerous for the side of Sunny Side Up. They see the goal. They see this opportunity. Aaron with the dribble around lane and go!
Whoa! Kumitiang, bro. That was so unfortunate for the side of Sunny Side Up that hit the post and it still went in. I expected it to hit the post and bounce out. All right, and I'm very sure Sunny Side Up expected the same thing as well. But it's not every day in life where you get things that you expect, and Sunny Side Up definitely not getting anything that they expect out of this set.
Trooper Suprema, that by Aaron, the last few seconds, just time it and angle it towards the inner side of the post. Just by an inch right there, getting that goal. That was a lot from there. I was also expecting, as what you say, hitting the post and getting the bounce out, but it went in instead.
Unfortunate, man. Sunny Side Up, I don't know what they can do to make a comeback in here. Clearly, it's impossible, right? And you know, I have to change the fact that I agreed with you on the fact that, you know, they might be able to make a comeback on Gem Grab, because I'm afraid it might be a similar situation. If on Gem Grab, all you need to see Tropa Suprema do is just aggress up forth, snuff out the player who's trying to get all of the gems in that midsection there, just like what they are doing right now. They clearly are able to pull it off to perfection, and all of the gems are going to drop into the hands of Tropa Suprema one after the other, and it's going to be such a simple and quick game for them to wrap up in here today, unless Sunny Side Up steps it up. But yeah, I don't know, man. After what we just saw, I don't know how they can step it up anymore against Tropa Suprema.
Well, just gonna look at it. Trooper Suprema will do as what you said, going up aggression, hold on to the gem spawner and just collect one after another. Sunny Side Up, what they can do based on the map itself, there's a square circle in the middle, so what they can do, they can flank from the left side, focus their whole energy, their whole teammates onto the left side when they move into Gem Grab. Just go for the flank, take out one player each and try to go for the push and towards the spawner. But we still have one more round of Brawl, but look at this.
Oh, beautiful. Dreadlord gets the goal, but only because Aaron was just a little too slow on the defense, right? He was aggressing up. He wants to break down all of the barrier in the midsection there, just so that they can take and walk the ball in. Will he be able to do that? A beautiful pass towards Maul, and Maul just gets a simple goal score. Perfection by Tropa Suprema, and it is 1-1.
Yeah, a 1-2 touch from the side of Trooper Suprema. Equalized stuff, but look at Aaron bringing in the back. Big boy, they are trying to go with the same thing. Open it up. He is gonna hit the up post again.
How is Aaron not the MVP of that game? That guy turned around, eliminated Dreadlord, I believe, and then turned around, smashed the barricade, and scored that goal. Okay, he did so many things in just those few seconds there that shows exactly what makes the side of Tropa Suprema so dangerous. Just one player, and the recovery. Aaron was the one that made the mistake with the Frank in the earlier round where, I wouldn't say earlier round, in the earlier goal where they allowed Sunny Side Up to take that goal. Aaron had already pushed towards the right-hand side of the map, and he was a little bit too far away from the ball, and the recovery just wasn't precise. But they took that round to perfection to close this off. Gee, I don't know, Ubu. Every single time Sunny Side Up steps it up, Tropa Suprema steps it up even further to show, hey, calm down. It's not like you guys are getting the whole of this. It's just that we are chilling for a bit in here.
I do feel like Trooper Suprema, they are playing a bit much more, having a fun game. It's giving Sunny Side Up a very tough time. But as you say, Sunny Side Up pick up a different pace. Trooper Suprema put on the high gear and say, all right, you guys want to play a serious game? We play a serious game. We're going to play it much more high tempo and faster. And you see, the second round of the second game mode itself, Brawl, how Trooper Suprema scored 2 goals back to back in a fashion that Aaron just, I do agree with you. He is the MVP. He deserved the golden boot for this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And, but it's okay because they are a tight team. They don't really mind who picks the MVP up as long as they continue to get the wins, and continue to get the win is exactly what they will do against Sunny Side Up if they can continue this performance that they've already shown us here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. 2 sets in the bag, so fast, so easy. And yes, 1 goal scored by Sunny Side Up, but the recovery gameplay from that to take that setback from the side of Sunny Side Up is exactly what will allow Tropa Suprema to maintain dominance in this competition. And as we will be waiting for gem grab, the prediction was for this match be the place where Sunny Side Up makes their comeback. But I don't know, man. Every single time there's been an objective that is played by any of the players in the side of Sunny Side Up, Tropa Suprema shuts them down. The players go to the ball, they get shut down. The players want to aggress up forth on Kaboom Canyon earlier on today. We saw that the players got shut down. Are we going to see the same in here as well? High probability, and exactly like what we anticipated. Aaron deep in there picking the gems up for Tropa Suprema as they shut down all of the other players. None of the players from Sunny Side Up in the square to pick those gems up.
Yeah, Trooper Suprema just holding on to the middle of the map. Maple has to go for the flank right now. It's going to be hard. Meanwhile, Trooper Suprema, they are going to focus 3 men onto the gem spawner. Oh, this is going to be so hard for Sunny Side Up to walk in. Maple is quite low. Bro, he is focusing on the other side. It feels like an all-out brawl from every single angle.
Yeah, I love the fact that Tropa Suprema, they are not hunting for kills. They are just making Sunny Side Up back away from the gem spawner. And Dreadlord will finally be able to pick 1 gem up for himself, but he'll leave it for Wine. Ryohei going to take Wine out. Dreadlord manages to pick that gem up for himself, but it is now a 9-1. Aaron starts the countdown, and this might just be all over.
Yeah, it just feels like it's all over. Feels like prediction, but so close. They have to reset it, but looking at the player Rookie, Aaron, they are backing up to safety. Maple going for the push, dive in. Aaron still alive. Dreadlord going for the chase. Maul trying to defend his teammate, but the countdown has been over. Woo!
Yeah.
Medals to the medal.
The final moment desperation maneuver, going in for the dive, trying to take down the one with the most number of gems on them. Unfortunately, it just wasn't possible. He walks right out of there. Ryohei, an absolute monster in that round there.
Do agree with you. I'm not sure what Sunny Side Up can do. This is the last of this where we were expecting and trying to give ourselves a hope that Sunny Side Up can try to win and grab a round or even the set itself. The sun doesn't shine well there, man.
Well, let's see if or not the sun can start shining a little bit extra as we drop into the next match. Hopeful indeed for the side of Sunny Side Up. Tropa Suprema looking strong and not looking to drop any sets, any games, any rounds in any one of these sets. And just to make the side of, Sunny Side Up just a little bit more nervous as they are to be stepping into the next round, right? Such commanding plays back-to-back being taken up in here. Brawl Ball, absolute decimation they face. And as we drop into Gem Grab, it's somewhat of the same situation. And even if by some wild chance, okay? Tropa Suprema, all of them, their internet dies, okay? They haven't paid their internet bills, and we have the side of Sunny Side Up win this match right now. When we get into map number 4, Purple Paradise is gonna be a game over situation because of the mechanical abilities. Purple Paradise is an open map. And on top of it being an open map, you got to rush in there for that blue star, all right? And with the aggression that Tropa Suprema has, if at all Sunny Side Up goes in for that blue star, they're going to get snuffed out. 3-on-1, just like that. And if Tropa Suprema picks up the blue star first, how do you take the blue star back from Tropa Suprema? It's so hard to kill them, right? So, Game over. Sunny side up. I'm sorry, right? The Tropa Suprema has just won this hands down. One last round in here for gem grab. No doubt at all that they're going to be able to pull it off. Even if Sunny side up extends it. Game over.
The odds is really up against Sunny side up. But if you say that Tropa Suprema, their internet dies down, I think the only chance that Sunny side up can win is if the internet dies down for all 3 sets.
Hopefully they're all playing from the same location and the router just dies on them or something.
Wow.
But you know, and Sunny side up praying for that really hard. But I love the way they have started this game up. Aaron's just this is just an all-out brawl by the two teams.
Yeah.
Dreadlord taking advantage, picking up 6 gems. Tropa Suprema's just trolling this round, man.
Yeah, it feels like Tropa Suprema is like, alright, we're gonna give you guys a chance to fight, but it feels like, alright, Tropa Suprema might turn things around and say, alright, okay, let's not play with our food. We will finish up real soon, but Maul still staying alive. Aaron still punching his hammer away, but Wine say no. An uppercut and a punch will be enough. Countdown started. Can they take down Dreadlord? Dreadlord is on a run. He is starting the countdown, but one jet drops from the side of Sunny side up.
Oh, Aaron, is he going to be able to do it? Dreadlord is just giving them the gems back. Red team countdown, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And they will be able to pull a few back for themselves. But the big monster with all of those gems, he's still alive. Dreadlord standing up tall. But look at Ryohei. He's not taking the shots. They do not want to win this round. It's really, really sweet of Tropa Suprema to give it to Sunny side up. I really love their spirit in the competition. But why are you giving them hope?
Why are you playing with their home Tropa Suprema? This is just so...
Wait. Maybe the prayers did come true, man. Maybe the router started giving those lags, man. Maybe the latency just shot up all of a sudden. But Tropa Suprema very clearly did not want to aggress in there. It's really, really sweet of them. Sunny side up haven't been having a great run in the competition. But you know what? At this point, no matter what sort of mercy you show them, it's not really going to change the complexion of the game. It's not really going to change the complexion of the competition. Allowing them to take this victory over you isn't really going to change the fate of Sunny side up by too much. But I highly doubt at the same time that Tropa Suprema is going to be doing that each and every single round, right? They're like, okay, you know what? You won in one round, go ahead and take that one round. We'll get it a little bit more aggressive later on. I have a feeling that Tropa Suprema wants to do it in a flashy style, and they might want to finish this off at Purple Paradise, where it's like just an open field. It's a 3-on-3 all-out brawl.
Yeah, I feel it might be like that, seeing how they play just now. They might even pick a type of brawlers that might be all different, not in the meta. Might be a very cheap strat or a very unorthodox one, the one that you don't expect, has no synergy with other brawlers at all. Tropa Suprema, I think they are the one who is going to put on a show there. But I feel so bad that Tropa Suprema, it feels like they're playing with their food. It's like, have mercy.
I think that mercy is no longer going to be shown in this round, though. Maul is going to pick the gem up real quick. The stew is going to be dropped in. Tropa Suprema is back to being serious. And Ryohei dives in to get that kill, but Dreadlord will be able to shut him down. Maul aggresses up because he knows he can take the shot against Wine, and Wine gets dropped. Dreadlord will be able to survive. 1 gem in his hands. Maul, so greedy boy. He wants to drop Dreadlord as well. Maple will get eliminated. Dreadlord loses his life, and that gem is all open. Wine picks it up, but Ryohei goes in for that assassination. Doesn't get the shot. Manages to jump away, but gets snuffed out either way, right? And Maul will be able to pick up gem number 7. No, prevented by Wine at the very last moment. Maple trying to get the backstep onto Ryohei, and this is a dive that was worth it because the turret has gotten taken down. But Maul now on the 8th gem, and they will be able to start the countdown, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. They just need one more.
Yeah, Trooper Suprema started the countdown. We have not seen Aaron for quite some time. Finally rejoining his teammate. Has to be careful as Rohe does have 9 gem on hand. Stay quite low. But Aaron cannot drop that, but it will be dropped to the side of Sunny Side Up. They will try to go for the recovery. Rohe sitting with 920 health. Meanwhile, for the side of Sunny Side Up, they are going for the push. They are trying to chip on the damage, but one sitting quite low. Mo will take him out. Looking at the side of Trooper Suprema, the last second, Sunny Side Up. It's so sad.
Well, do you be happy that they didn't play with their food this time around, or do you be sad that, you know, they actually finished it off and they didn't let this go to set number 4? I'm a little sad, man. I wanted to see Purple Paradise.
Okay, I agree with you. I'm upset that like Trooper Suprema didn't even give Sunny Side Up one chance, because Trooper Suprema, they are in the clear for the top 4 already. They are already in there. But
guaranteed.
But the boys from Japan, playing with their foot on that round.
Hey, well, technically, you know, Japanese people really respect their food. They don't really play around with their meals that often. But I guess Trooper Suprema just wanted to do a little bit of a difference in there. And, you know, not so much of play, but they wanted to allow Sunny Side Up to see if or not that one round pickup will give them the momentum and put up a stronger fight, because I guess Trooper Suprema felt like, hey, dude, it's no use beating a dead team already who's not really able to stand up against us. I know I'm being really, really mean to Sunny Side Up, right? But you guys know I'm a huge fan of Sunny Side Up. Just not this season, man. In season number 2, though, it might just be the time for the Indonesian. Season 1, just not doing them too much of favors at all. Let's bring on the post-analysis of that match once again to see exactly how the Trooper Suprema take apart Sunny Side Up bit by bit.
Yeah, the first set alone, it was on the side of Trooper Suprema. It was just one-sided domination from the Japan team. Sunny Side Up tried their best to mount a comeback. Not really happening for them. They just made mistake after mistakes, and Trooper Suprema get the first set in hand. But game number 2, the second set, it was a bit different. There's a lot of lucky shots, you would say. The one that Aaron hits the inside of the post, and look at that, it actually hits the upright on the outer part, but it bounces in.
So the question is, did he get lucky, or did he specifically want to get the corner of the post because he knew that's the most impossible angle to go in and defend against? Because if we notice, right, they managed to break all of the barrier right in front of the goalpost, and that was their meta as they went in round after round. And if they didn't break all of the barrier at the corners, they wouldn't be able to score all of these perfect goals. And they did that specifically to make sure Sunny Side Up will not be able to defend with their bodies. And I think the Japanese side just played this to absolute perfection round after round in that Brawl Ball Ubu.
Yeah, total calculated from the side of Trooper Suprema. I do feel like after seeing that replay once again, it's like, do agree with you. They have calculated every single one of it.
Yeah,
But
and
this is
you
the
know,
third
as
set,
we dropped into gem grab as well. It's so unfortunate as they go in there, playing with their food in round number 2, but just absolutely decimating their food in round number 3. That was like a mukbang straight up in round 3, and they whacked everything. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's it for series number 3. We're going to take a quick short break. Right after, when we come back, it's going to be the final series, the Singapore showdown between Team Flash as well as Waffles Monster.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out. as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the opening for the ending, right? The very final series is awaiting you. Uwu the Magical as well as the Mustachio AJ to walk you through all of the action in here. And it is the Singapore Showdown as Team Flash looks to take on Waffles Monster. Do you have a favorite in here, Uwu?
Oh, this is going to... Well, the series, the matchup alone is my favorite for today. Seeing two teams, but to pick one side, this one is going to be a very, very tough one. I'm looking at a 3-2. We might be going all 5 sets alone, but to really put a favorite or side to pick with, it's so hard. I'm not sure, should I go with Flash or should I go with Waffle Monster, but I don't know, my heart and my gut feeling say that I might be going with Flash, a 3-2, a favorite for the side of Flash a bit.
Yeah, let's see if or not that does come through, right? Because, 3-2 is most probably the situation it's going to end up in. But just to catch the, viewers up with the scores or some of the comparisons, Team Flash had met Byro in the past. And Flash managed to beat Byro by 3-0. Byro could not even take one set away. And of course, when Byro was to meet the Waffles Monster, Byro took a 3-1 victory over Waffles Monster. So if we were to compare it in that way, the probable winners here would be Flash, probability 3-0 based on numbers. But, the team Waffles Monster itself, they've been able to show us that these guys are quite cheeky, man. Kudi's response site as well as CZK dropping in to represent the senpais of Singapore Team Flash. And you know what? I say Waffles Monster are cheeky because some of these rounds where they haven't really taken such a convincing win, they were just sitting in there and experimenting to test themselves as to how far they can push themselves. Waffles Monster are already practicing for the Challenger finals through some of the series that they were taking. They are confident that they can get to the finals, but they are not sure how they will fare against the big ones, the big boys, right? And this is their opportunity to find out for real. Gene Max as well as Chal, the top picks for Team Flash, top bans, Poco as well as Bell. Bell definitely going to be a ban later on the way I see things. Stu has been quite a danger. But when you bring it into a game like Brawl Stars, where so many of those brawlers are out for the picking, and the difference between those champs are not by a lot, right? The meta keeps it quite balanced throughout. It gets really tough when you only get to ban 2 of those brawlers away, Uwu.
Yeah, definitely agree. But banning only 2 brawlers, it leaves up a very vast brawler pool for the team to choose for. And Waffle Monster, they have been playing and experimenting with what they have, and they still pulling straight back. Great Kid Drunken and No Ping will be the composition from the side of Waffle Monster. They do have to be careful. I've been repeating this numerous times that Kid Drunken is not going to be the one that they have to fully focus, but they have to be afraid of Kid Drunken, because Kid Drunken sometimes he can just pull up a trick out of his head, pull out a one-trick pony from himself, and it's so unexpected to see this kid can pull this off. Jesse, Ruff, and Poco will be one of the top picks from the side of Waffle Monster. Meanwhile, Max and Dynamite will be one of the average top bans that they normally take out. Feels like Flash, they will go for the respect ban on the Poco. Will they let the Stu in? It's quite conditional. It could be another ban on their side. They might take out our Primo itself, but without any hesitation, let's take a look at the confirmed bans from both sides. Team Flash and Waffle Monster.
Okay, now let's see if or not we will be able to see the bans El Primo and Poco taken out for Team Flash. Bell Jean here has been banned from the side of Waffles Monster. And what I'm most concerned about is the fact that now Waffles Monster will be able to bring that Bell in, and we've seen exactly how deadly she is in some of these maps. But, if Team Flash is very willing to leave that Bell out, there must be a reason. This leaves a wide opportunity of brawlers for them to come in for a response as well. But, to leave that Bell out there is quite a risk. At the same time, it is going to be giving Waffles Monster a opportunity. Is this a trap that Flash is just leading Waffles Monster into, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Or is this just something that, they are just going in and keeping as a base? They just don't want to face these couple of brawlers and they are all good with it. We will see in a few moments. Team Flash taking on Waffles Monster. The Singapore showdown is for real. And let's see exactly how well they have done so far, because both of these teams have been able to, rake up quite a similar stat for themselves, right? Each taking 3 victories, each dropping 2 series. Waffles Monster have lost to Byro as well as Jupiter. Team Flash has lost to Tropa Suprema as well as Jupiter. And this is my concern for the Waffles Monster. As they move on, they will have to meet Tropa Suprema, right? And meeting Team Flash, like I said, Team Flash has already been able to beat Byro. So numbers-wise, statistics-wise, being able to see some of these teams take the match, the probability of Waffles Monster pulling a win off here is going to be quite slim. But they don't really have a choice. If they don't hustle, if they don't fight for their match in here and take it away from Team Flash, it might just be over for them, because Tropa Suprema is not going to allow them to take a victory at all.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that, but I feel like Waffle Monster, they have something hidden behind them. They have a trick up their sleeve. Team Flash, they might need to be careful going up against Waffle Monster in a few moments. They do have the lineup, the composition that they wanted to play, but looking at this, they have to track carefully up against Waffle Monster. They have to start up the first one with high tempo, get a domination, get a momentum build up, get a snowball feel towards it. When they move towards the second one, it will be on Brawl Ball. This is where the danger zone comes in. This is where Waffle Monster might surprise them, might pull the trick onto them and get equalized onto that. So Team Flash, if they want to grab the win for this matchup, they definitely need to track carefully, as we will jump in, as this will be our final matchup. Team Flash playing on the blue side, Waffle Monster on the red side. This is going to be hard.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And the possibility of them pulling this off for Team Flash quite high. Waffles Monster have already started receiving the damage towards their safe, and this is not good at all. The aggressive move by Cootie Ace as well as team is just a little bit too much for the side of Waffles Monster to respond to, and Colette comes in for a quick dip. Again, Greek will have to back away, being slowed down by these shots, but Cootie Ace will be able to respond on his own as well. But the difference between these two headbutts from these two Colettes is that Cootie Ace is taking those shots directly against the save of Waffles Monster. And this just seems to be such a one-sided match.
Yeah, looking at how Team Flash, they play it so safe. They have the map control dictating the movement of Waffle Monster. Waffle Monster having a very hard situation. Greg trying to go in and hit, but for the damage poke, but it is not enough. Look at Cookie Ace still standing strong. Greg. Yeah, finally bringing one down. Can he respond to this situation? He is losing up all his teammate, but the damage has been dealt. The save has been cracked, and the code has been deciphered.
Yeah, at one point that Greek just letting ego get a hold of him. He just gave up on going in for the save. He just wanted to get the kills onto the side of Team Flash. And it's easy to understand why, because it was quite evident that the game was already lost, right? But I think the side of Waffles Monster, they were quite perplexed as to why is it so difficult to take even one of these players down. Time and time again, Waffles Monster just kept losing their players one after the other. Perfect game taken by Team Flash, and such a commanding victory. No damage at all was placed onto the safe of Team Flash, and that was because of that aggression that they had pushed up towards that mid side of that field, using all of the grassy areas as cover, raining down those shots. The Colette doing a majority of the damage, but that was not the only damage maker within that game, right? It was a perfect game played by all three players from the side of Team Flash. And dude, this is just gonna be so difficult for Waffles Monster to respond to.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Waffle Monster, they play into the hands of Team Flash. Team Flash, each and every one of the players, they take a pop shot on towards the safe. They just had one objective. We just want to win the game. We do not want to go for the highest kill for all. Definitely, Team Flash, they have an objective. Waffle Monster, they have to wake up from this. They have to understand that they are playing up against a team that has a purpose, and their purpose is to win this game anyway and anyhow.
Okay, it's going to be CZK response pushing up, trying to get the hit on No Ping. Kid Drunken's going to be focusing on Cootie Ace, and look at this, man. Kid Drunken is just getting his HP minus off. Cootie Ace is barely getting touched, and he finally manages to drop Kid Drunken as well. And this is the prowess of the side of Team Flash. And look at that quick dip coming in from CZK as well. As he takes the quick shot towards that safe, it is looking like it's all over before it even starts for the side of Waffles Monster. How can they even make a comeback now? Look at this Sprout going in, drops the hedge right in front, and will be able to hold the side of the side of Waffles Monster back. Kid Drunken unable to aggress forward, and the Sprout will be able to move forth and drop all of the damage onto the save as well. What is going on now?
Yeah, Cootie is just putting the nail, denying No Ping. No Ping is like, let me out of this chaos. As the cheap damage, Cootie is created his own spot, and he is just playing tower defense alone, chipping onto the save. What a play from Team Flash.
What are we watching here, Uwu? What are we watching here? What are we witnessing here? Waffles Monster, where has all of that aggression gone? Where was the side that got the crazy win over Crazy Lagoon? Where was the side that defeated both of the Indonesian teams? You know, they had the ability to step in here and shine really well. Unfortunately, the exact opposite is happening only because Team Flash is just taking the spotlight back to back. Kid Drunken has not been able to shine at all, and he has been suppressed to no end, to a point where he had to switch up his role. He's like, I'm not dealing with this Sprout anymore. I'm gonna back away. And the Sprout was such a pain in the butt, right? Continuously dropping the hedge on the right hand side, no access at all allowed. But even if they were able to access the right-hand side, I highly doubt Waffles Monster would have been able to do anything much, right? Because only one of the player would have been able to make the push. If we look at the fight on the left-hand side, it was pretty much the same story going on. Waffles Monster, they could not aggress up. They could not take the position at all because they kept getting shut down.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I feel like Team Flash just flashes their hopes and dream of Waffle Monster into the drain itself. Waffle Monster, the first set is alone, it was just so one-sided. Seeing how Team Flash controlling the whole game, dictating how it's being played. You have seen how Cookie is controlling this, using the Sprout, controlling and stopping any advancement on the right hand side. You get to see both of the players from Team Flash as well playing on the left flank as well, just having a matchup and just trying to chip as much damage, control all over the map, total domination from the side of Team Flash. I'm not sure what can be done, but we will be jumping into Brawl Ball. Can Waffle Monster figure something up? This is up to them.
Oh my god, response! Beautiful! Goes in for the access, no ping. Oh god!
Oh my god! Wow.
What is happening? What is happening? How did Response get that? Okay, wait. First of all, I have to say, Response took a perfect round against the Sprout. He went up and the Sprout just could not take the shots against him. Kid Drunken is just not on point. He probably is drunk at the moment because he's just missing those shots, man. He's seeing 3 of those players right there in front of him. Response was like, playing tricks on his eyes. He couldn't hit any of those shots. He will bring the hedge out, but for what use? As CZK shuts Kid Drunken down and they look to take another goal. They will be able to pass the ball up towards the right-hand side, and all of the barricade has been dropped already, but they haven't been able to drop the barricade straight up towards the goal, but they don't even need to do that as CZK takes goal number 2, and that's it. Round number 1 comes to an end.
Yeah, Team Flash, the first goal, it was fast, it was great coming from Respawn, but the second goal, they just walked the ball in. CZK having no fear. They set up the whole attack in the middle. They made the push. They know, alright, it's time to end this. It is time to put the monster down, and they have slain them in a way that I'm not sure what can Waffle Monster do to make a comeback. It's so hard. As you say, Kid Drunken, I think he is seeing triple of everyone. He's seeing 9 players on the field. It is way too much for him to handle.
Yeah, it's such a huge turn of events as far as Waffles Monster is concerned. They are absolutely outclassed, and no doubt about that at all. 3 rounds we have seen, and in 3 rounds, just absolute annihilation of the Waffles, right? Team Flash looks like they are hungry in here, and the mod is going to go in for a quick assassination, but Kid Drunken will be able to drop him, but Cootie Ace takes it right back, and CZK scores a goal within the first, oh goodness me, 45 seconds and in already. Are we going to be able to see Team Flash finish this off? And now Cootie Ace, beautiful pass against to CZK.
Oh my God.
Come on, la bro!
What is this?
Just bring CZK in here for the interview already.
Yeah.
Let's just talk to the guy. I think they've already won the damn series. What? The second goal, Uwu. That's too much, man. That's illegal. Okay, they need to get disqualified for that.
Yeah, that was way too fast. The players were not even ready. I'm speechless. The way how they move, it feels like they have double the speed. They are running at the speed of light. CZK.
Yeah. And this is why Team Flash is known as the senpais of Singapore, right? They have been able to defeat Byro easily for a reason, just the same way they are about to defeat Waffles Monster as well. And if you think a comeback is possible, it might only be possible because the side of Team Flash wants to make that possible. They've taken such commanding victories in all of the rounds so far. And Brawl Ball, it's just such a clear contrast in where these two teams stand. And Waffles Monster, they're not a chump squad, right? They are really, really good at Brawl Ball, and they are really good at Brawl Stars in general. But Team Flash really, really making them look like amateurs in that match there, Uwe.
Yep. Team Flash, I have nothing to say. They just won that set in a flash. They just went in. It was so fast. The first one, the first goal for the second round, we thought it was fast, but the second goal itself was.
Oh.
And we are in the third set itself. Oh,
now Cootie Ace is going to be able to pick up gem number 3. Grass has been burned on the left-hand corner of the box, but CZK still going up for the aggression. And the opposite amber for the side of the team Waffles Monster will be brought in by Greek. Opportunity to go in for that shutdown will not be possible. CZK lights up the area in front of him, waiting to set it up in flames as well, but it will not be possible. Greek not falling for it, makes the maneuver around. real quickly, but CZK catches Greek anyway. What a play, man. And finally, Kudi Ace finishes the job. 9th gem being picked up by Kudi Ace here, and Waffles Monster don't even have one in their hands just yet, Ubu.
Yeah, I'm not sure what is Waffle Monster doing. They are putting out all the tall grass, but looking at how Respawn is playing, he was playing on the top right itself. He was manhandling 2 players of Waffle Monster, meanwhile CCK and Coop DA they just sit around the gem spawner and just wait it out. They have the time of their lives just waiting for the gem to spawn. Meanwhile, for the side of Waffle Monster, I think they should not respond to respawn at all. They should move in towards the gem spawner. They have to put pressure onto the center, take out CZK, take out the pressure that is given from respawns.
Yeah, and
Waffle
Team
Monster, they have
Flash
a chance.
is a team now that is able to literally troll the side of Waffles Monster in these rounds. They are showing us the capability, the opportunity to take the rounds, definitely in the side of Team Flash, but the speed at which they take those rounds, absolutely astounding. And at the very end, with what was pulled off by, I believe, Kudi Ace, where he just ran away and he just sent out an emote. That emote was because none of those players from the side of Waffles Monster even got one hit on him as he went into their side of the field with 9 gems on him and just walked out of there untouched.
I'm not sure the second round begins. And Waffle Monster mount up. They are going for the aggression. Greg, he is going in front, but this time will be brought down as all 3 players from the side of Flash. They take him down immediately. Team Flash, they change up the composition, they change up the synergy, and they have the gem spawner in hand.
Oh, beautiful. Now Greek is trying to play the backstab here, brings in the Frank. Frank should be able to stay alive for a while longer. Response is saying that he's absolutely in love with the way Frank is playing this, but Greek does not want to hear any of it. The man stays alive and he waits for the smash and he drops in and he does not get the take on to Kudi Ace, but right immediately as Greek World Drop responds, the fight comes right back through. But this Frank is still alive and kicking, and the fact that Greek brought in the Frank, I'm absolutely in love with him, right? But being alive is just not enough. The gems need to be picked up as well. Waffles Monster will do well enough, but their side, the gem picker on their side, is not being given the cover that he needs here.
Yeah, Greg, he is doing a good job, but then looking at the side of Team Flash, the way how they kite the Frank out and brings him down one by one. Waffle Monster are suffering. Kid Dragon has to hide in the high grass.
Oh, he doesn't hide in the high grass. He comes out and he pops them and he gets himself popped. A 3-on-1 situation. Greek gets eliminated as well. 1 second in there and it is all over. Team Flash eats the waffles so fast, living up to their names and taking such quick matches up against their brothers from Singapore. Lion City representing Team Flash. Oh, just too good. Ooh.
Yeah, congratulations to Team Flash for picking up a decisive and a fast game against Waffle Monster. I was so surprised to see how Waffle Monster just breaks down. The pancake syrup just melts all over as how Team Flash walks all over them. It was so fast, it was so decisive. Team Flash just make it way too easy.
Yeah, man. Way too easy. And so far, Flash has only dropped to Tropa Suprema as well as Jupiter. And as they have taken on their brothers today, they've been able to absolutely annihilate them. And one final match is left in here for the side of Team Flash, and that is to go up against Crazy Lagoon. That'll come in either day number 7 or day number 8, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are in day 6. There are 2 more days of the group stages, but within the those 2 last days of the group stages, they will not be as long as these 6 days have been, because those final 2 days will only have 2 series each in them. But don't worry, we'll walk you through when we get there, okay? We will be showing you the schedule of day 7 as well, just keeping you guys informed if you already want to up and leave after watching that final perfect series that Team Flash has taken against Waffles Monster. You know, we were hopeful in Gem Grab, but it just didn't fall through at all. And they took such perfect series against their brothers. Let's take a quick look at that recap once again, Uwu, as to how Team Flash pulled that off.
Yeah, let's take a look at how the game just went by super fast. The first one, we do see a lot of mistake coming in from the side of Waffle Monster. We thought that they can make a comeback, mount a big comeback in the second set, but feels like Team Flash, they have an objective, they have all them in mind. Look at Cookie, it's just hitting on the right, as you say, the Sprout, just holding on and just denying any entrance of movement. But Response, you are talking about this play from Response, just move in, dribbles around, and they just score in a very fast sense.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And this goal was perfection as well. Kudier spotting the opportunity, passes it to CZK, and CZK still takes yet an easy one. And this was perfection as well. CZK just moving in. Greek was there, but he just walks past Greek and walks the ball into the goalpost. And at that point, right, the whole side of Waffles Monster, I'm very sure they had already lost their minds. They were pissed already. But this goal would have just killed their spirits altogether.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. That second goal on the second round itself by CZK was just insane. And looking at the third set, it feels like Waffle Monster has lost all hope. They have lost all momentum, and they feel like they are on ice. It's just so hard to see how Waffle Monster breaks down to the side of Team Flash. But as I say, Team Flash, based on the stats, based on the numbers, they are the better team. They have the higher chance, the higher probability of getting the win.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And, you know, with all of the opportunities that we have had to, you know, catch up with the side of Team Flash, this is definitely going to be an interesting one, because they've defeated both of their brethren from Singapore. Byro as well as Waffles Monster have now met them in the group stages, and both have fallen to them. But the stats that they hold against the Japanese side, on the other hand, still a little iffy. They have not managed to pick a win up against either side. Tropa Suprema managed to get the win over them, Jupiter as well. But one final opportunity here. They will still meet Crazy Lagoon, and we will be able to see whether or not, you know, just the fact that the Japanese teams themselves are an auto kryptonite for the side of the Singaporeans, or is it going to just be the specific mechanical skills of the players of Jupiter and Tropa Suprema? I think you and I both know the answer already, Uwu. You know, we'll just throw the question out there to leave it, right? Because you still want to have a few things. You don't really want to figure out exactly how the Challenger Finals is going to break down. And if you were to make those, you know, predictions now, I have a feeling you will be disappointed, right? Because with what we have seen so far in the competition, they've been able to astound us even when we least expect it. And now on that note, we have CZK in here for an interview. Let's bring him in. Hey, congratulations once again, CZK, and absolutely a crushing victory. You guys have taken over Waffles Monster. How do you feel right after that series, buddy?
We feel good, bro.
And no other way to put it, right? Did you get tempted at all throughout that match to start trolling them, or did you? Was it easy to stay professional and you know, just take the win clean and just end it quick?
No, we're just going to play every match respectfully, and we don't want to troll. We just play every match like just very serious.
I love it. I love it. Uwu, you buddy.
Congratulations, CZK, to you and to your team. But walk us through the second game. The second round itself, it went by so fast that we didn't even have much time to even look at it. That you guys had a state of emergency playing that game?
Second game, was it the Colette Baron and
It was a
Brawl?
brawl ball where you guys just
Brawl Ball,
ran.
where you
Which Brawl Ball?
basically got the golden boot, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We see that they like to play Stu, and Stu is quite popular here. And after the nerf of Stu doesn't have the knockback anymore. So therefore, we play BB, and we just think that with the max speed, you can just walk in after I pick up the ball and then just go for the goal.
Composition that you guys took for all of the matches against Waffles Monster, was it based on the fact of what you guys were already comfortable and felt works as your team has gone in for previous scrims as well as practices, or was it a very responsive move after looking at what Waffles Monster usually brings into play, and was this a counter to immediately knock them out and not allow them any space at all? Which one was it?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Of course, in our scrims, we just play all types of comms. So when we go into the tournament, we are just comfortable with any comms that we played.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Okay, Uwu, I'll let you take the one more, buddy. And of course, as usual, I'll grab the last one if you don't mind.
Yep, definitely. Alright, since that you guys have picked a win today, the next set of matchup that is going to be really important for you guys, because that is going to be the one that is going to secure you guys onto the top 4. Are you guys going to have a really breakdown on how are you guys going to go up and face up against a challenger that is going to go up against you guys for the next one?
As into Crazy Lagoon or going to the
Crazy
finals?
Yep,
Crazy Lagoon.
Crazy Lagoon.
Yeah, we have a lot of samples already. It's 6 days of how Crazy Lagoon draft and how they play. Yeah, we'll just compile everything and then we just practice and hopefully you can win them.
Yeah. Between Tropa Suprema as well as Jupiter, both of them have managed to take the wins over you guys. Which one is a bigger threat and why, CZK?
Jupiter, because they are so mechanically gifted, and on top of that, they have very good synergy and they just work so well with each other.
All right. And if it is within Jupiter, what is the name of that one player that you guys are definitely looking out for? Is it Tensai, Mameshi, Ajapi, or Side Tempo?
Side Tempo.
There you go, man. That guy is crazy, right? He comes in as the sub Uwu and he still manages to whip everybody in shape. Technically, he's a CZK of Jupiter. But on that note, congratulations once again on your victory. Good luck for the very final day of the group stages that you guys are going to be taking your series. And of course, do your best in the finals, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Have a nice day. All right, there you go, Uwu. That wraps things up for us. The final interview there between Team Flash as well as Waffles Monster. That was definitely a series that Waffles Monster will not forget because their senpais whooped them into shape. But let's take a quick peek at the standings before we bring the day up to a wrap.
Yeah, this everyone looking and waiting for the standing after day 6. Jupiter standing tall on top with 18 points, 6 win, undefeatable. They have not dropped one single set at all. Trooper Suprema following it with 15 points on the second with 5 wins and 1 lose. Team Flash just picked up their 4th win from the challenger. They are sitting at 12 points, but here is the danger zone. Pyro and Waffle Monster, they are sitting in the mid card. Meanwhile, Crazy Lagoon, they are creeping up real close. They are sitting on number 6 with 6 points. Meanwhile, the 2 teams that is sitting at the bottom, they might not have any more chance to go for, but they will put up a final fight for them. It will be Sunny Side Up sitting at the 7th place with 3 points, and last both sitting at 0 points. Just looking at the standing alone. Team Flash, they are in the clear, but they have to be a bit more careful. But Crazy Lagoon, they are a threat to Pyro and Waffle Monster now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But, you know, Crazy Lagoon, they will be going up against Team Flash. And like you've heard already, Team Flash is quite confident with the way they are going to be taking this matchup against them. They've got enough sample sizes. And quite frankly, these guys, they would have been able to connect enough sample sizes on all of the other teams as well, especially Jupiter as well as Tropa Suprema, which is what makes the Singaporean side so dangerous, right? The IQ plays are always top notch. But as we see the possibility of Crazy Lagoon taking a matchup against Team Flash and winning, possibilities, I would say, quite low. Because Crazy Lagoon, if you look at their stats so far, they've only been able to win against the Indonesian sides, right? Sunny Side Up as well as Last Wolf, the only series that they've been able to take for themselves. And I really don't feel like that's a great, performance at all, because those two teams are at the very bottom. They have been defeated by most of the others in here as well. But, let's take a look at the schedule, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to see exactly what you can expect as we come through next week.
Yeah, coming up on next week, Tuesday, Waffle Monster going up against Tropa Suprema. This is going to be very important for Waffle Monster to keep themselves alive and into the top 4. Crazy Lagoon, as we was talking about it, going up against Team Flash, possibility for Crazy Lagoon to catch that win and cash themselves into the top 4. Quite slim, but there is still a chance. Meanwhile, on Wednesday, Sunny Side Up will go up against Byro. This is the time that Byro have to take this opportunity, and closing the whole match will be Jupiter going up against Last Wolf. Can Last Wolf put up a last fight? We will have to see all this matchup that is gonna happen next week.
Last Wolf, I don't know, man. The competition itself is like just taking a dig at them, right? Last Wolf, for your last day, we'll give you Jupiter. How about you try to beat the best team in here? Dude, Last Wolf, I love you guys, man. Season 2, all right? Season 2, the Mustachio is waiting for you. I will scream my lungs out when you guys slay back in there. But of course, as they look to take their very final match in the group stages up against Jupiter, I wish Last Wolf all of the luck in the world. All of it. They will need it.
Definitely do agree with you. Like Last Wolf, they have to go up against Titan, but I'm more interested to see the remaining, I would say, 2 teams that is going to make it to the top 4. That is going to be really, really on the line, because you have seen how close is the point and how close that everyone is. It's so hard to guess who will be going in. We might already know the top 2 that's going in will be Jupiter. The next one should be Tropa Suprema, but the next 2, who will be that? I think I'll leave that question to everyone to answer.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that brings the day to a wrap, and this week to a wrap as well. We will catch you guys next week for day number 7 as well as day number 8 of the group stages, before we have our top 4 who will be going on to the Challenger Finals. My name's AJ. Once again, I'm the Mustachio, down here with Adrian Hendricks, the one and only Uwu the Magical, bringing you guys all of the hottest action from Brawl Stars. Y'all take care and stay safe.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner, so head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the light, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the wait's up. That's how we know when we level up. Hey, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up. Level up.